Hello and welcome to Trash TV Review Live. I'm Dwight Gillespie, your host. That's Walter Nordquist. He made me change his name on my phone. You spelled it wrong.
Oh, yeah,
and I did.
right.
Yeah. I'm not a very good speller. I never was. But we got a great show today, I think, because Walter and I are both in really horrible moods. Because basically life in America is fucking us royally. And we're watching everything fall apart at the seams for people who don't even belong here, who don't pay any taxes here. They do pay taxes. Not the people they're trying to get rid of. Enough. I got my L.A. hat on, right? Because I want to be part of L.A. I want somebody in L.A. to give a fuck about me, and they don't.
I got my Beavis and Butthead because
about,
I feel like an idiot.
Exactly. That's us, Beavis and Butthead. And, yeah, and that's going to be a big topic today, these stupid fucking riots. And the fact that I don't give a fuck. Go, leave, get the fuck out. You sit here waving a flag from a different country? Say, you can't deport me. This is where I don't want to go. You fucking idiots. You idiots.
In case you forgot.
And right, exactly. And here, I have this thing, and this is this guy, Savati. I think that's how you say it. This guy puts out great stuff, man, and real short. He puts out real short videos, right? And they just get right to the point. And he's got this one, and this he put this out yesterday, I guess, right? And this is this fucking idiot mayor in Los Angeles. This woman who didn't keep the one that Bill Burr loves so much. She's doing a great job. They're professionals. Yeah, it's great. I love it. You know, fuck it. My house didn't burn down. That was for all these other suckers, you know? And basically, she's like, whatever houses didn't burn in L.A., you can go and fucking loot now, right? They still got money in them. And all these rich people in L.A. who are, I guess, okay with this shit. Most of them probably left. They're not there for this shit. All these liberal fucking assholes who are behind this. It's anti-migrant, and Trump is so bad for wanting to get rid of these people. It's so wrong. Right? Yeah, bullshit. You know what I want to play first? I'm going to go to this. Hold on, because Walter hates when I show this because it shows my Pornhub thing, right? Like, I gotta screen that out, man. I don't give a fuck. I go to Pornhub, all right? Yeah, I'm an old man.
I'm American,
motherfucker. Goddamn right, exactly. If it's of any comfort to you, I love watching the Mexican girls. So
big booty Latinas.
Yeah, amen to them, baby.
Oh,
all right, so here, hold on a second. I want to show this because I put this over here. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Hold on. Technical difficulties, people. Hold on.
That's the least of it.
Right, because liked and live looks so much the same to me. I try to read it like really fast. You know what I mean? Okay, here. Now, this is from a year ago. This is in Chicago a year ago, okay? Residents of Chicago talking about migration a year ago. All right, we got this? We're ready to do this?
Yep.
All right.
Are angry. They believe the city has overextended itself and should be putting the tens of millions of dollars earmarked for migrants into Chicago's most vulnerable neighborhoods.
But the South.
Now, these are black people complaining about the migration problem, right? When they started busting everybody up, which was a fucking brilliant move by Governor Abbott. Like, here, you want them? Fucking take them. You're a sanctuary city? Sanctuate. You know, I think I just made that word up.
Sanctuarize.
And this is what the residents, right, under Mayor Johnson, this douchebag who doesn't give a fuck what his people think. He doesn't care. Because look what happened in New York, right, when Mayor Adams said something. The first time Mayor Adams went down to Washington to complain about this shit, they arrested his girlfriend. The next time they went down, they arrested like his cousin or whoever the fuck it was. They went after everybody in his administration to basically tell him, shut the fuck up and get in line. Fuck your constituents. And what was Adam saying? Look, I'm here to represent the people who got me elected. The New Yorkers who got me elected. And who the fuck is out there protesting? I'm telling you, it wasn't these people. Now, this is what the people of Chicago were saying 1 year ago.
Has been under-resourced, underfunded for years, for decades. We have schools that need to be reopened. We have buildings that are abandoned that need to be business operated.
The group says the city has abandoned its Invest Southwest initiative, a Lightfoot-era program that was dedicated to reversing decades of disinvestment on Chicago's South and West sides, promising to align more than $2.2 billion through public and private funding.
We are taxpayers, we're property owners. Our money should go towards fixing our communities.
The city has received more than 15,000 migrants since
These aren't spoiled Trumpers, you white ignorant Trumpers. No, these are black people living on the south side of Chicago who are going, what the fuck? You're giving all this money to these migrants. We're Americans, and you just don't give a fuck. Why? Because black people aren't towing the line all of a sudden, right? Because too many black people voted for Donald Trump and not Kamala Harris, so they're saying, fuck it, we got to bring more brown people in here to get more votes. Because what did they try doing in New York? Was letting us illegals could vote here in New York. Wonderful program.
We have no more room. Y'all are embarrassing Chicago as a whole.
According to analysis by the ABC7 data team,
There's a
there are
lesbian
more than
black
20
woman,
active
guessing.
migrant shelters across the city, 7 located on the south and west sides.
Whether it's one shelter or whether it's 10 shelters, we're saying the facilities that are there for us, the money needs to be put into those facilities for us.
In a statement from the mayor's office about the group's concerns and the status of Invest Southwest, a spokesperson says in part, quote, "We are committed to continued investment for all residents, but especially communities on the south and west sides that have long experienced disinvestment. We are the city of Chicago, and our shoulders are big enough to support both new arrivals and those who have long called this city home."
Mayor Johnson, the black aldermen, the black alderwomen in this city, you will stand for the black citizens of Chicago.
Now, the city
Wow,
says
she's pretty.
Mayor Johnson knows firsthand the impact of neglect on a vulnerable
Ah,
community,
bullshit.
and that he will never stop investing in people,
This guy's a
all
jerk
people,
off.
and delivering the affordable housing, fully funded schools, safer streets, and living
did none
wages
of
that
that.
every person
None of
deserves in
that.
this city. So obviously, you're hearing the mayor is saying that the city it has big enough shoulders to handle both.
But it doesn't, and that's what the constituents are saying. So what basically the mayor's saying, well, you don't know what you're talking about. I know better. So you took money away from the black community to give it to the migrants, you know? And now we fast forward. This is black people saying this. This is, again, this isn't fucking MAGA white Republicans in Kentucky. This is black people on south side of Chicago who are saying enough. We can't do this anymore, right? So we go over. Let's go back here. All right. This where is it? Okay. This is one of the protesters, and this is the way these people think. Like, they don't give a fuck about you, and that's my whole problem here. I was telling Walter, I got a bill. I had a confrontation with these jerk-offs at National Grid, okay? And I got to be honest with you, with what's going on in this country right now, I wonder why the fuck I pay any of my bills at all. I wonder why I do. Like, apparently, all you have to do is throw a fit, or what my father used to call a nut act. He's throwing a nut act, which he did not. He did not sanction that kind of behavior in the house. Let me tell you. But what we're doing is we're rewarding bad behavior. And here you got the mayor of Los Angeles. Listen to what she says here. This is insane to me. Like, this is just fucking insane.
It's time to build back better.
Let's go live now to Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. Hi, Mayor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
Hi.
So what are you?
Yes, you are. You gotta be. You gotta be high. You can't possibly be making these.
She's definitely on when I'm on.
Jesus Christ! At a
least.
very minimum. At a minimum. And she gets higher grade shit than you do too. Don't kid
Hey,
yourself.
man. They're just
Yeah.
aggressive
Hi.
parades, man.
Yeah. Just kids out there having fun. But listen to what she says. This I loved it. Like, you can't make this shit up.
Police force. I know how busy you are preparing for the hours ahead.
Not that
what are
busy.
you expecting on that front?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I just have to say that if you dial back time and go to Friday,
If I could turn back time. Oh, yeah.
Maybe I
Raids
throw
had
that rock. With a
here,
better
we would not
angle.
have the disorder that went on last night. I will tell you that it is peaceful now, but we do not know where and when the next raids will be.
Right.
That is the concern. It is peaceful now, but we do not know where and when the next raids will be.
A few
Right.
moments.
So basically, what she's saying is if it weren't for the raids, this wouldn't have happened. If Donald Trump didn't want to enforce the law and get these criminals out, right now they went through the rap sheets of the 40 guys that were arrested at this Home Depot that kicked this whole fucking thing off. Murderers, rapists, pedophiles. Oh, yeah, great guys.
Cream of the crop.
Oh, yeah, these are the people you really want in your country. These weren't good family people. You know, and I'm not saying that some good people don't get caught up in it, right? Okay, they did break the law. Let's keep that in mind. But for the most part, the people that got, they're horrible people. They're horrible people, right? These are criminals. These are people that are wanted in their own countries. Here, a few minutes later, right? Here. I fuck.
Do you think the National Guard is needed now?
Oh, no.
No, I don't think the National Guard is needed now. Things in L.A. are calm.
Things in L.A. are calm.
It only gets worse from here.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to let
Now, you watch this guy here, right? He's the police chief. I guarantee this guy's fired by the end of next week. Because when she went on TV 2 days ago, and I remember seeing this, right? Unfortunately, I didn't save the clip. But there's a clip of her on, I think it was even CNN. Like, CNN's like, yo, dude, like, this is getting bad, right? So she's on TV with them talking about everything is okay. Nothing to see here, folks. It's all good. And they got this guy from an hour before that going, this is untenable. We can't control this. This is out of hand. We are overwhelmed. And she's there telling it. And now this was
He's like,
right.
Blake, if you need help.
Right, yeah. He's like John McCain, right? In the what is the Hanoi Hilton? He's like SOS, you know. But she's saying everything's fine. Now this guy who's down on the ground, he's the police chief. He's saying no, it's not. And remember what happened to the chick in the fire department, right? The good DEI hire there, when she came out and said, "Look, we don't have enough equipment. There's no water in the fire hydrant." They fired her for that. They fired her. Well, obviously, you're overwhelmed by the job. It's not the fact that there's not enough equipment. Again, we go back to Bill Barr. They're doing a great job. They're doing a great job. How they doing, Bill? They loot your house yet, Bill? And I got to tell you, if one house gets looted, I hope it's yours. I really do. Just tell everybody what a great job they're doing. But here it is. Yeah, now here's she's talking about it again.
you
Right?
know that I have declared a local emergency
Have
and
you?
issued a curfew for downtown.
But why?
Los-
Everything's going great. This happened on the same day that she said everything was fine. She's basically declaring martial law.
Maybe
right?
she only looked to like the left of her apartment.
All right. She looked to the left, all right.
to stop the vandalism, to stop the looting. Many businesses have now been affected by or
Have they?
vandalized.
Jeez, who could foresee that? You stupid fucking woman, you. I think, woman. I'm going to guess. I don't know.
Right, there were 23 businesses that were looted, and I think that if you drive through downtown LA, the graffiti is everywhere.
It's
and has
immaculate.
caused significant damages
Yeah.
to businesses
Oh, but
and
everything's
a number
fine.
of properties.
It's all Donald
so my
Trump's
message
fault.
to you is, if you do not live or work in downtown LA,
Don't
avoid
come.
the area.
Yeah.
Whoa! Everybody just relax. We knew this was going to happen.
I will tell you that it is peaceful now.
Many businesses have now been affected by or vandalized. Last night, there were 23 businesses that were looted.
How
Do
the
you
fuck
think the
is this
National
woman
Guard
still
is
in
needed
place?
now?
You can't make this shit
No, I
up.
don't think the National Guard is needed now. Things in LA are calm.
So my message to you is, if you do not live or work in downtown LA, avoid the area.
I tell you, this guy's great, man. I love his stuff.
I love this city.
Because it's all
part of the plan.
And it is. It is. It's all part of the plan, man. It is all part of the plan to bring down Western civilization. It must be. You couldn't script it any better than this. Like, they tried to burn the fucking city down. And you don't hear anything out of that anymore.
Are
like,
we going to get some
nothing.
ground
this
views?
She still has her fucking job. Like, how, after such a debacle as burning down half of Los Angeles, right, does this woman still have a job? And now we're doing this. And who's she blame? The people trying to enforce laws. And the governor, he's no better. This guy's a fucking moron.
Come at me, bro.
What's that?
I feel like Newsom is sitting there going, come at me, bro.
Yeah.
Come at me. Come get me.
I dare you.
I'll throw a rock at you.
That's right. Stupid Donald Trump. And
I'll hit that fucking
keep
pompadour.
that fucking law and order bullshit. Yeah, let's get rid of that.
How dare you?
Yeah, oh, that was another one.
We need that soundbite.
Greta Thunberg.
We need that soundbite on the soundboard. How dare you?
Well, we got to get our soundboard.
You got to get your password.
I got the. I found Walter stole my password book. I found it though. He was hiding it all the shit that I have on the table over there.
I keep you on your toes.
You do. I know. Walter secretly hates me, but I'm all right with that. I have no choice. He's the only one that'll work for the pay that he gets, which is nothing. So.
I work for the love. No
it
Diddy.
tells you how cheaply this man works.
Shows how much of a masochist I am.
That's it, exactly. Oh, it's just fucking crazy. Here, even Dr. Phil, I had to give Dr. Phil some credit here, right?
Yeah, I heard him talk a little.
Yeah, I'll play this clip. But this is another one I want to play because this goes back to, like, they don't give a fuck about us at all. Like, the only people who get any kind of attention are people who are throwing these fits, these childish tantrums, right? I was telling Walter a story. I remember I worked at this place called Haystacks. I think they're out of business now, if I'm not mistaken. They were in, they had one in Manhattan, and there was another one in Brooklyn Heights, and I worked at the Brooklyn Heights store. And I'm in there, and this seemingly wealthy white woman comes in with a kid, and the kid's like 5 or 6 years old, and she just walks into the store, and she comes into the showroom. It was a little store. It was a little hole-in-the-wall store on, what was that, near Livingston or Joralemon, one of those, in Brooklyn Heights. Anyway.
Is that downtown Brooklyn?
Yeah, it was Clinton Street. Clinton and Joralemon.
Yeah,
We were right
I know
there
exactly
on
what
Clinton
you're talking
and
about. Because
Joralemon.
it's like you cross one way and it becomes like the projects.
Because you're going near the courthouse. That's where I used to cop dope all the time.
That's where I used to work. I
Right.
used to do security.
120 Skimmerhorn is the courthouse.
Yes.
I know it well.
I used to get off on the G train.
Yeah, right. Well, everything goes through there. The
Yeah.
G, the
Yeah.
F, the J, everything goes
Memories.
through there. Anyway, I'm at this place, and they walk in, and this kid is with his mother, and his mother's like, I forget, it's like Billy or whatever the fuck. Billy, mommy just wants to look around a little bit. No, I said no. And she's like, well, mommy has to get like, and she's like pleading with this kid. I'm leaving. He tells his mother this. Like, I could just like, now my mother was, anyway, she wouldn't have put up with that bullshit. Let's just say that. And my father, if my mother had said to my father, look, this is what he did. Like, I wouldn't have even dreamed of talking to my mother like that, right? This kid says, I'm leaving now. And he leaves. The fucking kid leaves. And the mother, like, hurries after him, right? I looked at the kid I was working with. I go, I'm going to go around. There's a little coffee candy store, actually, right around the corner. That guy sold coffee. I said, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. I walk out right behind them, basically. The kid's on the fucking ground, kicking and screaming. I said I wanted to leave, and you wouldn't leave. And she's standing over this kid, saying, honey, if you just come with mommy, if you stop, we'll go get some ice cream. She's telling the kid this. I would have picked that kid up by the back of the fucking neck and just slammed him right into the sidewalk. Now you got a reason to cry. And I'm not well, maybe I am a violent man, but I didn't hit my kid.
I would have
chosen I didn't beat my kid. My kid never would have done that. Like, I would put the fear of God into my kid. And I've talked about it before. My son, I remember my son, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. So I don't need you to be my fucking friend. I got friends. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to raise a good man. And you don't raise good children by allowing them to act that way. Because it tells that kid that by doing this, I can get whatever the fuck I want. And that's what these people are doing. They're saying, look, you're going to acquiesce to this. And the mayor of Los Angeles just said this. She said, this is all because Donald Trump is enforcing the law. That's what it is. He's enforcing the law. He wants to get these rapists and murderers and pedophiles. He wants to get them out of here. And what we're saying is no. Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, seriously, are you smoking crack? The children, and what? They're separating families. I don't give a fuck. And this is what's happening. Is people like me, I don't give a fuck. I just got $1,500 worth of fucking gas bills from National Grid in 2 weeks because they fucked up my meter, right? And if I don't pay it, they shut off. You think anybody gives a fuck? No. If I was a migrant, they'd fucking pay attention. They'd be giving me all this shit. And that's why people like me are getting fed up. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. They're separating families. You shouldn't have come here. You shouldn't have broke the fucking law. Everybody deserves the chance. Do they? Why? What makes you think everybody deserves this? Why? Like, and nobody can explain, oh, it's stolen land. I don't give a fuck. All land is stolen. All of it. All of it.
Yeah, whose land is what?
Listen, go back in time. We all started in Africa, right? And we migrated from there. So there you go. It was never our land. There was nobody's land to begin with. To the victor go the spoils. You know?
Mine.
But it was mine. Somebody said, it was talking to, what's his face? The guy on that does with Ben Shapiro. Michael. I'm not a big
gangster.
No, I'm not a big fan of the guy, but he made a good point. Mike Knowles. Right, when somebody said, well, this is indigenous land and we have to give it. And he said, well, which ones? Which tribe? Which tribe? Because, like, the Cherokee beat the shit out of the Apache, who beat the shit out of this one, who beat the shit out of that one.
It's all
like,
an
so
onion.
Who does it go back to? Right.
You start
Who the
peeling
fuck
it
does
back.
Go back
it's
to?
like,
Mexico belongs to, or California belongs to Mexico. Why?
You know what?
They weren't indigenous to that. What makes it that? We actually purchased California from Mexico. It was $15 million, I think. Same as the Louisiana Purchase, ironically.
I don't mean to cut you off, but as a Knicks fan,
oh God,
I think.
See, this just gets more and more depressing. Go ahead, Walter.
I think we should take that championship trophy back. We got it in the 70s. We might as well have it now. We're gonna take it back.
What
I don't care who
what
earns
are you talking
what.
About?
The Knicks, they're gonna take that championship trophy this year. I don't care that they got eliminated. I don't care about the people who worked to win the fucking trophy.
I say
the
Walter,
Knicks
I don't mind.
are champions.
I don't mind when you smoke the weed, Walter, but the crack has to go. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea.
I'm trying to make an analogy.
By the way, the championship is the way it looks is going to be in fucking Indianapolis this year, so I don't know.
Whatever. I mean, we lost the champions. We'll beat them next year.
You know, they're up 2-1
Let's
against
not get
OKC.
off. Let's not get off track.
Yeah. Now he wants to stay focused.
But yeah, we paid for this land.
They beat them in
Fair
Oklahoma.
and square.
In Oklahoma, they beat them.
I boycotted. I refused to watch any finals game.
Well, that comes in handy, right? It's not like you're ever going to really have to worry. It's not like you're going to miss your team there.
Yeah.
What a dick. I'm hoping that we could. This is how we could get content. We were talking about it before, like with the Daffy Duck thing. Daffy Duck does the ultimate trick, and he eats the TNT and the nitroglycerin and dynamite and all this other shit, right? And then he lights a match, and he says the only problem with this trick is you can only do it once. I'm trying to get Walter to kill me on camera, and he just won't do it. Because I got to tell you, I really think it would be great for clicks. I really think we could get people to watch.
I just think it's going to kill the channel.
It could be the demise of the whole thing, yeah. But we'll go out with a bang, so to speak.
Boom.
You know? I don't even know if you're allowed to talk about that stuff on here.
Too late.
So
YouTube doesn't give a shit about us.
No, nobody does.
That's why
nobody does.
That's why we're dangerous.
Yeah,
we're dangerous people, baby.
Yeah.
Nobody controls us.
It's more of his Kanye shit. I gotta listen about Kanye. You people don't know, man. He's like a
Hallelujah.
Kanye. My nephew, if you're out there, Philip, the dude, you two really need to meet, man, because he's another one. Yay. Whatever.
Whatever.
Let's stay focused, like he said, though. Now, and I say this because nobody does give a fuck about us. And here you go. Here's more proof of these people who are, they want to help the poor people and they want to help minorities. They want to help this, that. Now, here's a scene from New York. Look at this jerk off here. I got to be honest with you. I would really want to run this guy over. More. I really would be so tempted to just hit the fucking gas pedal. Oh, God, I slipped. And I'm getting old, too, and fucking nuts. And I got enough shit on camera where people can show my fucking deterioration that I could probably get away with it, too. I would run this cocksucker over.
There's going to be a separate channel of your complete demise.
That's it.
The downfall
He'll
of Dwight
clip it together.
Gillespie.
Let me tell you something. Walter's a hell of an editor, man, and he could edit that shit together. And this jerk off right here, and he's doing, it's so funny you're beeping the horn. I'll beep the horn, motherfucker.
Nice shirt, pussy.
Listen to this douchebag. Listen to him.
No. Give me some more.
No. I'll give you some more,
That's
motherfucker.
what you told your boyfriend last night.
Yeah. You see, and they don't work. They don't have jobs to go to.
Yeah, see, the thing is, you can't overpower a car.
No.
I could
Oh, no, he'd be fucked.
I could slowly just keep rolling.
I'd snap his fucking legs in half.
They'll move. Trust me.
Free Palestine.
In New York City.
Sure. And fuck I don't care about them either. I don't want any war, but I don't care. Like, take care of this shit at home. You got this jerk off laying on the fucking horn over here. What the fuck are you doing? For what? Now here, this woman gets out of the car to plead her case. Right, now this brother, if this was late at night, there was no way this fucking jerk-off white kid would be looking at these brothers.
Oh, come on, my man.
Yeah, she's cute, boy. She really is. Right. See, now this goes to my point right here. She's saying, I got to go to work. Like, I got a kid. I got bills to pay. Because nobody gives a fuck about this lady.
Get the fuck
if
out of the way.
she can't get to work and she can't make any money, nobody gives a fuck. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go apply for fucking benefits. Go wait 2 weeks to feed your fucking kid, right? Because she doesn't live in the projects, because she's got a good home to take care of, because she treats her kid right. Yeah? Fuck her. Fuck her. And it's just fucking wrong. And look at this jerk off. I want to punch this guy so bad, man. Look at all that passive aggressive. Ooh, you're gonna touch me. I want to see somebody break his fucking jaw.
You know what I also find so funny? That these people are breaking the law, but using the law to protect themselves because they know that if they touch them, they could call the cops that they hate.
Well, he says it. He says it. You're on camera. He tells them that now. He's being They're being recorded.
Yeah.
That's what makes the two guys back off.
Yeah.
Because he knows. It's the same thing. There was a thing the other day in L.A. where the people would go, oh, fuck the police, fuck the police, fuck the police.
And they're quick.
And then somebody did something. They got hit with something like, oh, aren't you going to help us? Aren't you going to protect it?
I guess we're going to have to.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I hope you all get mugged. I hope really, and I do. I'm at that point now. I don't give
you know
a
what
fuck.
I hope? I hope for true karma. That's it. Let the universe take care of you.
You see, but these people don't care about anything. They live in filth. They live in this kid. I would bet anything that he comes from an ultra rich family.
Yeah,
that
that's
he's
what
got.
I'm
Man, look at
thinking.
the fucking bike. Look at the backpack and all this other shit. His little cozy for his fucking drink.
Nobody
and all
has
that
a
shit.
man bun like that.
No.
Unless you got some.
No,
money.
he's got money. Like this is he's a fucking jerk off.
A man bun in 2025. That's
home.
insane.
This poor girl, she's got to go to work. She's trying to take care of her fucking kid. She's trying to pay her rent, pay her bills, right? Put food on the table, and he's telling you, "Fuck you, bitch."
I don't give a fuck.
You.
I don't give a fuck.
No, I hear you. I don't.
She's got a whole kid too.
Look this way.
Nobody cares.
She's starting to breathe heavy too. She wants to whack this bitch.
Right.
Because you're
Yo, what's violent?
It's
Yo,
disruptive.
Yo, look this way.
No, but look this way.
You all look this way.
Yeah, I'm looking this way. I see it, but you guys are right here.
Yeah.
How do you know this white people feel about stopping a black woman from going
There you go.
I think it's gonna happen. I care so much.
See, it's a joke to him.
My parents have money.
Right.
I don't need to work.
We're not causing no problems. We're not trying to. We're just trying to leave. We're trying to go home.
I'm saying if you
Like, we're
want to
just
run
trying to-
all these people
We're
over,
not
you gotta run
trying
me
to.
over first.
I would do it. I'd take you up on that. He just invited her to do it. That'd be my just. Oh, he told me to do it. I'd do it. I'll run you over, you fucking jerk off.
Deal.
My car to try to ask you guys to move.
Yo,
We're
I'm
just
so
trying
sorry.
to go
You
home.
picked the wrong route.
You picked the wrong route.
Come on.
This is the issue.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
That's all you have to do. But I would just keep going straight.
It's ridiculous. And the cops, they do nothing.
Look at the girl running by.
Yeah.
I'm just going for my normal jog.
But the cops do nothing. Like, nothing happens. And these people are allowed to run amok. They're hitting them with paintballs. It ain't doing it. It ain't cutting it. You know? Maybe we got to go to a Kent State kind
Isn't
of
it-
thing. I told you about
That's
Kent
why
State.
we also need the suspense trigger on the soundboard. Dun. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's just unbelievable to me, man, that this is happening and that this is allowed to happen, and in America, you know, this isn't. It's mostly peaceful. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. It's not. And the thing is that nobody gives a fuck about me. Nobody gives a fuck that I got $1,500 gas bill that they say I did in one. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Fuck you, white man. Pay. You know,
You got
That's it. Yeah. I unlimited funds for me. You know, I'm living on fucking Social Security.
You don't have that $1,500 privilege check?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that white privilege, you get gas for free thing. Yeah.
Someone tell me how to sign up because I need that shit too. I'm fucking broke.
I think somebody just knocked.
You could go. I mean, the
I
camera's
hear
not going to follow
you hear sirens in the background, right?
Are they protesting in front of your house?
Oh, who knows?
Not enough people are watching this live, so it doesn't matter.
This is really fucking pissing me off, though.
This is fun.
It's probably my hats. Oh, God. I'm very disheartened today. Like, all of this is very disheartening to me. Like, all these people complain about the migrant situation, and you have to. But the numbers of people that come in, all right, here's what people don't take into consideration, right? Here. Google, there's my Pornhub, you saw it, right?
I could have blanked it out if I had enough time.
Okay. In fiscal year 2023, approximately 1.17 million foreign nationals became lawful permanent residents of the United States, commonly known as green card holders, right? So we do about...
To cheer you up a little.
Oh, I love that girl.
Because I had to throw it up on my story here.
Yeah, she's beautiful, man.
This girl.
So the amount of legal migration to the United States is like 1 million people a year. But when you get 12 million people in 1 year, Nigel Farage pointed this out in...
Were they estimating it to be more?
That was how many
15,
green cards
16?
they gave out.
Because I heard like the dump that happened was closer to like 15, 16 though.
That's the illegals.
Yeah.
I'm talking about legal migration.
Oh, okay.
Like people say, immigration is good for us, and it's true. Immigration's good for you, right?
Nobody's against immigration.
But
we're not against immigration.
In the UK, Nigel Farage brought this up, and I don't know a lot about it. I know he's a very conservative guy, and people like or hate him or whatever. But he brought up an interesting point, and there was this woman, and you know what? I bet I can find it. Oh, wait. Let me do this here. So there was a thing where he was talking about, I don't know if I can even find it. Maybe it was this. All right, let me see.
I'm making a serious point here, Nigel. I do think the language that Donald Trump used about immigrants, they were all vermin. They were all poisoning our blood.
That's not what he said.
Straight out.
That's not what he said. He said these countries are not sending their best and their brightest, and they're not. Mm-hmm. They're not. They were emptying out their fucking jails. They did what Castro did when Jimmy Carter said the same shit back in the 70s. They emptied the prisons, they emptied the insane asylums, they emptied everything, and they sent them on boats over to the U.S. That was the Cuban influx back in the 70s.
Just Alistair, and you know it.
No, it's not. Why is
that is outrageous. Very pro-legal immigration into America.
Right.
Very pro it indeed. He's not pro criminal gangs using the southern border. And
that's what this gentleman's talking about. Well, he's talking about the demonisation
he was talking about Jewish people, the Holocaust Museum, and genuine refugees. These are different things.
Hang on.
These are different things.
Well, what I said was you were using the language of demonising.
I demonize them. This is not the best and the brightest. They come from shithole countries. If they weren't shithole countries, they wouldn't be fucking leaving. Oh, how can you say it's a shithole? Why were you leaving? You're telling us you're applying for asylum because these countries are shitholes and you don't want to live in them, right? So you want to leave them. You can't leave in El Salvador. Like the one guy they had, he's from El Salvador. El Salvador has a lower crime rate than most cities in the United States now. Where would you rather be? El Salvador or East St. Louis? Look at the fucking murder rate in East St. Louis or Memphis or Detroit or Oakland or Philadelphia.
Hey, I could speak firsthand. El Salvador's nice.
He's been there. His wife's from El Salvador, right? So what brings you here? You know, if this isn't the land. Now, Farage had made this thing. There was a woman on. It was a different panel, and I don't see it here. But Farage had made this point, right? She says, "Well, you're against immigration." He said, "I'm not against immigration." He said, "Look, from the war, right after World War II, up until the 90s or the 2000s or whatever." He said we brought in, and this is the UK, which is a lot smaller than the US, obviously. They were bringing in 40,000 people a year, 40,000, and they handled it okay. And then all of a sudden, boom, it went through the roof. And they brought in 2 million people in a year, okay? And he said, when you go to look for a job and can't find one, when you go to look for housing and there is none available, we can't build enough houses to keep up with the demand because of all these people. And all of them, like these people, for the majority of them, are coming here with their fucking hand out. Right? Especially in this. Now that Tommy Robinson, for speaking his mind, he's still in jail. Oh, he's a racist. He's not a racist. All he says is, look, I don't think it's so bad to be a white British guy. I'm proud of my British heritage. Makes him a racist, right? Because you can't be proud to be British. That's it. You can't be proud of your British heritage. I can't be proud to be an American, but I am. Fuck you. It's the greatest country on the face of the earth. That's why everybody wants to come here. I love when people say, it's the most racist place. Then where the fuck are all these brown people coming here if it's so fucking bad? So Nigel Farage told this lady, like, if you can't handle that flow, it's too many people at once. And Tommy Robinson pointed out when they said, well, they're coming from these horrible situations in Africa, right? That's where most of you, he said, no, they're not. Not one of these people is coming from Africa. Like, oh, yeah, look, the Senegalian. No, they're not. They're coming from France. They're coming from France. They're coming from Africa originally, but they pass through 13 free nations before they get in a fucking boat and come across the English Channel. They're not coming from Africa. They're coming from France. Okay? So this whole idea that they're escaping some oppression, no, stay in fucking France. If they're okay with you, right? Apparently France is. Stay there. You can only be coming here for one reason, and that is to disrupt, to overthrow some kind of fucking Marxist bullshit of getting rid of this stuff. And what I want to ask you before you put all these other people in charge is tell me something that they've run that's run well. Like all the countries that these people are coming from are corrupt, horrible places. That's because of the U.S., the way the U.S. treats them. Okay, so improve things. You're talking about countries with some of the greatest natural resources in the world. Look at Haiti. The difference between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Why? It's the same fucking island. I remember watching a thing that said that they're still blaming the French for the fact that all of Haiti is the soil is so destroyed. The French left 250 fucking years ago, right? But it's still their fault. Oh, they overplanted it, but they did the same shit. The same type of growing and everything was being done in all of the Caribbean islands. Yet Haiti is so horrible. Why? Because it is an absolutely corrupt place. It's lawless, and the people who are there apparently are incapable of running it, and that's it. And you can say what you want, whatever. Yeah, fuck that. You gotta at some point you gotta face up to the truth, you know. And you want to bring this disease here to America. We're supposed to believe that these people are acting in the best interest of this country. You're sitting there waving a fucking Mexican flag.
Let's get some of that footage going.
And what, the Mexican flags?
That's fun to watch. Well, we said eventually we'll get to like maybe some Nick Shirley. He's doing a good job.
Well, I put that up now. We can put that up while this goes. You know, we could just play it.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. This whole thing has gotten we were talking before, right?
We always end up with Angel Reese somehow.
Yeah. Well, it's the first one in this. I put that in here. This is for the live show, and I put this video in here of Angel, and people just dogging her. It's Angel Reese gets dragged by her own fans. It's actually getting kind of old now. And let me tell you, this Caitlin Clark, her team sucks too, by the way. Like, they all suck. Women can't play basketball. Right? That's what we're going to start just calling this. Fuck this trash TV shit. This is just truth TV now. Just truth. This is the truth. Right? Men are better than women. Right? You know?
It should be the WNBAA. Women not bowling at all.
Yeah. They're not bowling the way they should be anyway, because they're all gay too. Let's not forget that. Like, oh, God.
But yeah. Well, you got Nick Shirley there?
Well, here, you know what? This is the DOJ investigates Chicago mayor's no whites policy. You know, no white people policy. That's great, and that's allowed now because of slavery. You know,
Here?
Huh?
Like in this country?
Yeah, he's a Chicago mayor.
There's areas where
Watch.
there's no whites allowed.
Business and Economic Neighborhood Development, the deputy mayor is a black woman. Department of Planning and Development, it's a black woman. Infrastructure deputy mayor is a black woman. Chief Operations Officer is a black man.
Okay.
Budget director is a black woman. Senior advisor is a black man. Our people hire our people.
A few moments later.
The Justice Department citing that exact moment in this letter to Mayor Johnson today, saying if these kind of hiring decisions are being made for top-level positions in your administration, then it begs the question whether such decisions are also being made for lower-level positions.
I like this guy's stuff too, Nate the lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Now, as a lawyer, there are certain things that I think are just so obvious that I don't have to tell you. Like, hiring people based solely on the color of their skin is illegal. It's illegal at the federal level. It's illegal at the state level. It's illegal at the city level. It's just wholeheartedly illegal, no matter how you cut it. So if I'm hiring you just because you're white, that's illegal. If I'm hiring you just because you're black, that's also illegal. Now, you may be asking, why am I telling you this? This is something that's obvious. The video could be over right now. But the mayor of Chicago has said that he actually hires people based off the color of their skin. Check it out.
Some detractors that will push back on me and say...
And I wonder, anybody out there who might be listening, have you ever even heard this? Can you imagine a white mayor coming out and say, I only hire white people. I'm only hiring based on that. And yeah, you can throw me, well, 60 years ago. Yeah, that's 60 fucking years ago. Haven't we progressed? We're just making up for, no, we're not. We're not. Like, this is so ridiculous. All this shit started, we talked about 2011 was the March on Wall Street. And what we got out of the March on Wall Street was BLM. They got us to stop focusing on the money and start focusing on racism and sexism. Two things that you'll never get rid of, because you can see it everywhere. This guy sees race everywhere, like everywhere. This guy is a dick. He is a racist jerk off. Black people can't be racist. Bullshit. That's bullshit. And it's time to start calling it bullshit. Oh, if you don't have this man is in a position of power. Isn't that what racism, right? I've been told black people can't be oppressors because they're the underclass. Bullshit. Not anymore. This man is in a great position of power. He is the power. He's the man. That's the man.
He's ruining it
That's
for
it.
everyone.
Brendan Johnson, that's the man. He is in a position of power. And he's saying, we're not hiring white people. That's racism. Under the same any definition you want to use, right? He is in a position to oppress people. Yeah?
You know, the only thing that the mayor talks about is the hiring of black people. No, what I'm saying is when you hire our people, we always look out for everybody else.
Yeah.
So he basically said what he wasn't doing.
If we hire only black people, well, they're going to look out for everybody. What? Hold on a minute, Mayor. Let me get on board with you, okay? That's fucking insanity.
The fucking semantic game.
Yeah.
Is
Oh my
insane.
God.
We are the most generous people on the planet.
How do you figure? All people are generous. And I know a lot of generous black people. I know a lot of generous white people. I know a lot of generous Jewish people, right?
Yeah, they're called generous people.
Right. They're just generous people. But you tell me every black person is generous? Right? You're insane. That's insane.
Doesn't Chicago still have the highest murder rate?
Well, it's up there. Again, with East St. Louis, with Memphis, with Detroit. Well, Jesus, I wonder who lives in those cities. You think?
The loving, caring people.
Yeah. The people so willing to share.
Here, you want my knife? Take a bullet.
But can you imagine a white guy saying, well, you know, white people are generally... It happened. Al Campanis, I think that... Or Al Campanis. He was the director of baseball operations for the Dodgers. What the fuck was his name? Hold on. Now I got to look, right?
You lost me at baseball.
Yeah, I know.
We need to get, like, arm mics.
It was Al Campanis. And they asked him why the Los Angeles Dodgers... Now, the guy died in 98. And he said this. I don't even remember. Okay. In 1987... In 1987, him saying this was considered ridiculous, and he was immediately fired for it, and rightfully so. When he said that black people lack the qualities of that necessary for management positions in baseball, like insane, like that's fucking insane. You know, it's as insane as saying, well, black people are far more generous, you know, and we're going to help other people out because it's just what we do. So we only hire black people so that we can help other people. Like that yeah. How do you even, like, holy shit. But you don't hear any uproar. There was no fucking national thing about this. The only people who picked up on it were conservative YouTubers and Rumble people.
It's the first time I'm seeing it.
The legacy media didn't even cover. They didn't give a fuck because they agree. They agree. And again, this comes down to nobody gives a fuck about me. Nobody cares about me. Like, and I'm getting tired of this shit. I'm getting tired of it. Like, why the fuck am I paying my bills? I got to ask. Like, why do I bother? I tell Walter, I got a ton of credit card stuff that I could just fucking tab up. I'm in my 60s. I don't care.
Allegedly. Yeah.
That's it.
You'll allegedly do something.
Just go ahead and you know, run it up, get a bunch of shit, and declare bankruptcy. Fuck it.
We're going to get some nice cameras.
That's it.
Yo, we're going to get a set.
Dude, and who cares? Who cares?
With one person watching us.
Right. And that person's going to love the content, goddammit, because they're going to say, wow.
It's going to look beautiful.
You see, they're doing it in 5K.
I didn't even know that existed yet.
We're gonna break ground on 6K, man.
Yeah, 8K for sure.
Yeah. Look at this shit.
So many cultures that have play cousins. That's how generous we are. We just make somebody a family member, right? That's just how we are.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Business and Economic Neighborhood Development, the deputy mayor is a black woman.
Okay.
Department of Planning and Development is a black woman.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Infrastructure deputy mayor is a black woman.
Okay.
Chief operations officer is a black man.
Are they doing a good job?
Budget director is a black woman.
Well, the city's still falling
Senior
apart,
advisor
so I don't know.
is a black man. And I'm laying that out because when you ask how do we ensure that our people get a chance to grow their business, having people in my administration that will look out for the interest of everyone, and everyone means you have to look out for the interests of black folks.
Now, I want to challenge you people out there to go back and to play that segment again, but every time he says black, you say white, and see how that comes off. If that doesn't come off as a little racist, let me show you.
Some detractors that will push back on me and say, you know, the only thing that the mayor talks about
is the hiring of white people.
No, what I'm saying is when you hire our people, we always look out for everybody else. We are the most generous people on the planet.
White people.
I don't know too many cultures that have play cousins. That's how generous we are. We just make somebody a family member, right? This is how we are.
And that's so funny because, like, I grew up with a bunch of uncles that weren't related to me, and like you talk about that in the Italian families, in Irish families, like we do that too. This is my cousin. This is my aunt, my uncle. Like, they're not related. Everybody does that. You fucking asshole. You racist douche.
Oh, this is Donnie. He's a friend of mine.
Right.
Oh,
He's,
and this
he's
is
a good
this
fella,
is Carlo.
yeah.
He's a friend of ours.
Yeah, he's one of us. He's a good fella. Yeah.
And so, Business and Economic Neighborhood Development, the deputy mayor,
is a white man.
Department of Planning and Development
is a white man.
Infrastructure, deputy mayor,
is a white man.
Chief Operations Officer
is a white man.
Budget Director
is a white man.
Senior Advisor
is a white man.
And I'm laying that out because when you ask how do we ensure that our people get a chance to grow their business, having people in my administration that will look out for the interest of everyone, and everyone means you have to look out for the interests of
white folks. Now, obviously, what he's saying here could be taken to be incredibly racist if he was saying it as a white man, saying it about white people. And even think about what he's saying now. He's essentially overgeneralizing. All black people are this type of way.
Right.
And I'm hiring black people in these positions because they're essentially a monolith. They're all going to act the same way.
And that's another thing about all this shit, right? It's like diversity. I remember my sister-in-law, who was a good person, and talking about she moved up to the Bronx, and I'm like, she said, why? Well, it's diverse. No, it's not. I said, everybody in your neighborhood's black. I said, I live in Queens. I got people on my block. There's black people, Chinese people, white people, Indian people. Like, there's it is like literally like every kind of person you want, right? Indians, like everybody lives on my block. I'm in Queens. Up where she lives, it's all, but to her, like, the blacker it is, the more diverse it is. That's the same as saying, well, the whiter it is, the more diverse it is. Like, that's insanity. That's just stupid. You know, like, how do you figure diversity and the whole thing, that assuming that every black person is the same, right? Because that's basically what he's, every black person is the same. There was a thing, Mark Lamont Hill had this debate, right? And I want to say it was Bill O'Reilly, right? And it was like during the George Floyd things and everything. And Mark Lamont Hill was talking about black culture and how wonderful black culture is, right? And he stumped Bill O'Reilly. He says, well, what's so great about white culture? And Bill O'Reilly was kind of like, I don't know. Like, because first of all, you can't say that there's anything good about white culture or white people or anything like that, right? Especially at that time. That's right after George Floyd. But second of all, it's not about white culture, right? It's about Irish culture and Italian culture and British culture and all of the Swedish culture, Norwegian culture, like all of these different cultures. Now, the subcultures have something. Now, here's the thing, right? And Mark Lamont Hill says black culture, but there is no black culture either. Like, that's a misnomer. That's racist in and of itself. So you're telling me that the Jamaican culture, right? Jamaican black people are no different than Haitian black people, are no different than American black people, are no different than British black people, that you're all the same. You think the same, you do the same, you act the same, you want the same, everything's the same. That there's no diversity at all. That black people from Brazil don't have their own thing when it comes to, like, Cinco de Mayo, let's say, or what's the big festival in Carnival, right? Like, Carnival is,
or even San Gennaro.
Right, San Gennaro. Well, that's Italian.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, like, throughout all cultures.
But so everybody, like, all of these cultures are different, but it's this whole monolith. Like, we're all the same. We are the most How can you even come to that conclusion? I've known some really stingy-ass black people, and I've known some really gregarious, wonderfully giving black people. They're not all the same. I've known some jerk-off white people, stingy white people. I've known some really generous, giving white people. They're people. We're people. And different people do different things. So I'm a big defender of my Jewish brothers, man. So, people talk, listen, some of the most generous people I've ever met. I met them when I was working down on Lee Avenue in Williamsburg, in the Hasidic neighborhoods. Some of the nicest people I'd ever want to meet, most generous and giving people. And I met some assholes, some cheap fucking assholes, right? And unfortunately, they all look the same there because they all, because they got the beards and the black and
Gotta
everything.
take the bad with the good.
But it's to think that what makes us diverse is the color of our skin is just so ridiculous. It's racist. Like, it's absolutely racist to believe that the color of your skin is what makes you diverse.
Dare I say what makes us diverse is the content of our character?
Well, God forbid. You're not allowed to say that anymore. Apparently, Martin was drinking that day. Yeah. Anyway, so that was Nate the lawyer. That was a good clip that he had there.
Like, I randomly bring up fucking Luigi.
Oh, and that was
he's Italian. I'm not standing here talking about, hey, free Luigi, because he's one of my paisans.
That was another thing that we could have covered too. I don't know what time it is. Oh, it's 20 to 2. Can we go out for like 2 minutes? We'll be back. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. I'm familiar with the mask, Dwight. You just tell me when we're back, Walter.
We're back.
Hello and welcome back. And yeah, I thought somebody stole the hats. I thought the fucking crackheads. As they say, I live in a diverse neighborhood in Queens. Anyway, they didn't. The ex-wife got it. Anyway, she handed it over. She forked it over. Yeah. I fucking hate my life, man. And I'm just gonna bring all of you into it.
Yep.
Because this is it. This is life, man. You know, trying to pay bills, trying to do the right thing. Like, this. What else are we trying to do here? You know, we talk about this. Like, you know, Walter and I were having a conversation, and I asked him, like, how many names in history do we really know? Like, of all the people that lived before us, what do we remember? 1 million people? Maybe 1 million people, right? The Shakespeares and the Martin Luther King he mentioned. Like, how many people, how many names do we really, like, really made the annals of history, right?
Yay.
Huh?
Yay.
And even he will eventually, well, maybe, who knows, you know. But what, 1 million, 2 million, maybe, out of the billions of people that have been here. So most of us are going to go through here just uncharted and unaccounted for. And the only thing that we really have to pass on is our values and our morals and the shit that we, you know, that's really important. And this is the legacy that we're leaving right now, is this fucking insanity. Like, we could be living a good life, right? Like, oh, everybody should live a good, yeah, everybody should. But not everybody can, because a lot of people, they don't know how to live well.
A lot of people just live. They don't learn.
How the Knicks doing there, Walter?
I got my anarchy mask on. I'm ready to go.
Well, you know, and I look at sports, right? I remember a friend of mine getting upset with me. It was over the Colin Kaepernick shit. I haven't watched a football game since Colin Kaepernick took a knee.
I've been told I look like him.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit, actually, if you had a fro.
If in certain angles, in certain pictures.
Light-skinned guy. But I said, you know, I don't mind people protesting. I can even get on board with it. But not during the sports. Like, dude, like, this is what I did. For 25 years, right, I climbed telephone poles. I worked in filth. I had a fucking shitty job that put food on the table. It paid the bills. My family was able to live okay, you know. I did well by my family, and I'm not ashamed of that. But it was an unremarkable life. Like, I've led an unremarkable life, and that's okay. Because I did well by my family, like I said, right? And what did I want to do? I don't watch sports anymore at all. Like, I don't watch any sports anymore. Ironically, I got... Huh?
But I got you watching those Knicks.
You fucking bastard.
I had to drag you into my misery.
But you see, but here's the whole thing, and this is it, and it is misery, right? You live and you die with your team, right?
Yep.
But sports is what's called a dissociative practice. Yeah. We watch sports because we don't want to be reminded of reality. Because for a couple of hours in the evening, we want to sit down, right? And for some people, have a couple beers, smoke a couple bowls, whatever it is, and watch a fucking game and forget about your mundane life. And forget about the bullshit that's going on around you. Forget about the fact that fucking that National Grid billed you $1,500 on your gas bill, or forget that you know that people are harping on you and you got bills to pay and all this shit. For 2 hours, you just want to sit back and relax, not watch people take a knee and spit on your fucking flag and tell you that, you know, you're a racist piece of shit, and, you know, if you don't agree with me, this is bad. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't fucking care.
You sit down and watch a nice game. You got the beer popped, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, damn. I'm
better not stand for that national anthem. My national anthem is what gives me the freedom to do these things. I served in the military, and I served with people of all faiths, of all colors. And I got to be honest with you, I was trained in a manner that the guy next to me, I didn't give a fuck if he was black or white. That's my brother in arms. And we both served the flag. And now you want to look, you want to go protest, that's fine. On your off time, you go do whatever the fuck you want. This is my time. I'm paying you $30 million a year to shut the fuck up and play. I don't want to hear about politics for those 2.5. I don't want to be reminded. I don't care. For those 2.5 hours, that's what I want to do. And I stopped watching because that's what all sports has become about. I have to be socially. I guess some fucking jerk off 25-year-old kid who's never had a real job in his life, making millions of dollars a year, telling me you're not socially conscious enough. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
fuck yourself. There's some fucking kid like LeBron James who stopped reading in 6th grade for fuck's sake because he was a fucking jock athlete. And I don't say that because he's black. I say it because he's a fucking jock. Same shit happened to all the jocks in my school. Yeah, they didn't have to do shit after 6th grade. Oh, he's an athlete, you know? Let's just pretend he can read and write and do well for the school.
LeBron was the lucky pick, though. All the other jocks just fucking peaked and plateaued and then fell after senior year.
Listen, and I'm not knocking the guy, but to come out here and tell me, somebody spray painted this bad word on my gate, you're full of shit. You're a liar. That was shit. Remember that shit?
Which one?
LeBron. Living in Bel Air, and somebody spray
yeah,
painted the
right.
N-word,
Yeah.
and he went out and cleaned the whole thing by himself before his kids woke. Get the fuck
I would have
outta here.
accused LeBron of doing it himself, but he couldn't spell it.
Apparently, they misspelled the word.
Nigeria?
But it's just, I don't care. Like, I don't care. And now you have this shit going on. I don't care about these people. I don't care. Go away. Go home.
Away.
Go home.
We need the little mosquito bowl. That's going to be the next ad. It's going to be a mosquito bowl that you light, and it keeps away the protesters.
Oh, if only, though. If only.
Little fucking
And I got to
gnats.
tell you, I don't care about California. I told I says, what we should do, you got the San Andreas fault right there, is just detonate a couple of nuclear blasts right on the fault and just watch the whole fucking thing just slide out into the ocean. I don't care. Or put a fence up around it.
How clean of a break
let
do you
them
think
have
that
it.
would be?
Pretty clean. I
Yeah.
think it would be pretty clean. Yeah, because it's where the two plates are meshed up against each other. That's what causes the earthquake. Is the one plate will shift.
Yeah.
So I think if you really gave it a good blast, it would probably just shove it right off the edge.
California ends up by the moon.
That's it.
By accident.
No. It'd just be part of the Pacific Ocean, and it would cause quite the tsunami on the other end. You'd probably kill a lot of people, but
You win some, you lose some.
Yes, it's such as life. What do they call that? Collateral damage.
We make jokes.
There's people in Japan going, that shit not funny.
To all our listeners in
motherfucker.
Japan, we're on your side.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
No, I checked the analytics. Of all the few people who actually watch us, none of them are in Japan. So we don't lose any of our demographic, is what I'm saying.
Dangerous, I tell you.
I brought up this. This is Nick Shirley, right? Who's a guy. He's got some
hero
balls.
of the week.
Yeah, this kid's got balls because he went out.
Should we go to a hero of the week for him?
Well, we can. We stopped doing those segments. Walter told me he wanted to make this more controlled, and so he had me dump all the segments that we did. That's what happened. You know that, Walter.
I'm gonna go to hero of the week for
Okay, put it on.
for
Tell me-
Mr. Shirley. Cool.
We're good?
Yeah, we got our unsung hero.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh. He doesn't tell me nothing.
It's quick.
So this is Nick Shirley. He was up in Minneapolis covering riots. He goes right into the middle of it. People know that he's like a conservative guy, and he doesn't give a fuck. He gets right in the middle of it, right? And these
he's
people
got
get up in
balls.
his face.
He's got balls.
And some of these people, I laugh at, because there's one kid in here in particular who really, really makes me laugh. Now, first of all of these people are masked, and they're calling people cowards, right? But they're all masked. Well, yeah, but you do that for a particular reason. You do that to be annoying. They do it because they're cowards. There's a difference, Walter.
And to be
I can
annoying.
tolerate. Here they go. Oh, this is... Now, bear in mind, this is the mostly peaceful, right? Just like with George, they're out there, they're peacefully protesting. This isn't a protest. This is a fucking riot, right? And again, I'm all for opening up, but that's me, and I know I'm not supposed to advocate that. And by open up, I mean, just have a dialogue with these people. That's what I mean. I certainly don't mean, Full Metal Jacket, M16.
A rapid fire
No,
conversation.
I'm not talking about firing cannons down the street or anything like that. No, God forbid. These cherubs be fucking
This is our city, and this was
Now look at this. Look at this fucking thing right here. Look at this. Look at this. It has no job. It has nothing. It has no life. It is just a blob that is there to take up space. And it's going to say that this was Mexico. It was. It was Mexico at some point a couple hundred years ago, right?
Not in her lifetime.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. It's not Mexico now. So fuck off. Okay? And why would you want it to be Mexico if Mexico's the place you want to leave? If we made it Mexico, would you go? Would you leave? You don't want to be in Mexico, yet you say that's Mexico. So why aren't you leaving? Doesn't make any sense, does it?
It's
Get
crazy.
us out of the land that was ours.
Yours. It wasn't yours, honey. Trust
LA
me.
has erupted over the past few
There he
days.
is.
ICE officials came in and carried out a few raids. The past few days have been wild here on the streets of LA.
There you go. There, that's great. What a great shot that is.
It is a beautiful shot.
Viva Mexico. Leave.
As a photographer, like from a that lens, it looks nice.
Sure.
Like in a movie.
Yeah,
Not in real life.
But this is, the idiot mayor who says, oh, no, everything's great. It's all fine. I don't know what they're talking about,
You always go back to that dog in the burning room. Everything's fine.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We have everything under control. Okay, yeah.
Good for you.
Intersections have been taken over. Local and state officials are not happy with what's going on with the federal government. The footage you're about to see is absolutely insane. The police
This
are
is
coming
all
through right
Donald
now.
Trump's
Speak no
fault
more.
for
Get into the
enforcing the
video.
law.
Everyone's out here protesting right now. ISIS came through here down LA. The streets are erupting here.
I'm
Let's see
just
what's going
saying.
on. National Guard has been deployed out here into the streets of LA. Thousands of protesters are
And
here.
this
on
is
the
what
streets
you
right
want
now.
to do,
Right here
Walter?
on this federal building, you have words like
Hey, I got the
F-ICE,
mics. Let's go.
revolution starting here. Here for my family. All sorts of stuff. Right here you have the National Guard. They've come through. You have troops, about 300 in different directions. Trump sent in about 2,000 people. There's groups of 300 sent around the city right here. And this one is at the side of the federal building here at one of the ICE detention centers here in LA. What's your message to the National Guard here today?
The National Guard.
Okay. Why do you think they got sent out here today?
They got sent because we don't have a president that can lead.
And what fears you most
Makes sense.
about?
Wait, no, how is he not leading? He's leading this. He's leading them to get rid of all the things. So not leading is letting you do what the fuck you want and letting you get away with this shit. That would be not leading.
Donald Trump and the ICE raids coming through here in Los
I don't fear that motherfucker. Have you seen our community?
I don't fear him, but I'm not going to show you my face. But I don't fear him. I fear nobody. I'm going to stand here with a mask on like a fucking punk, but I don't fear anybody. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, homeboy on a motherfucking real that piece of shit.
What's the water for?
Diffuse tear gas. If you need it. Yeah.
If you need it.
If you throw a canister in one of these, it should diffuse it enough, or at least stop the chemical
Look
reaction.
at fucking Bill Nye the Science Guy came.
Yeah.
What makes you want to come out here with the Honduras flag out here?
I mean, these are my
Honduras,
roots right
go
here,
back.
you know? This is where my family came from. I'm a
Okay.
first gen.
A lot of people wonder on social media, why are people coming out here with other nationalities' flags? If they don't like America, why don't they go back to
I
the
love
flag they
America
represent?
and what
Do
it
you?
represents. You know, the idea of America to our
What is
people
that?
is a better future and an opportunity to have a job and create something that in our homes we don't have.
So
you know?
So make that in your home. So make this. So what? So you get to come here and destroy this shit because you demand it from us? Go demand it from your own people. What would happen if you did this down in Honduras? They'd fucking shoot you.
Off
They
with your
wouldn't put-
head.
That's it. They wouldn't put up with this bullshit. So you come here and you do it, and you make your demands. Fuck off. Go back to Honduras. Nobody's stopping you. Go do that shit there and see how far you get.
We love America. We want to be here. We want to contribute, you know? And I agree. The people that have committed crimes and, you know, like an actual crime
Okay.
of, you know, murder, something like that, I can agree with that, you know? I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say, no, keep everybody here.
Yeah.
But the people who are here.
But the 40 people that they took all had rap sheets. The 40 people that you're protesting for right now were murderers, rapists, pedophiles, burglars. Like, they all had fucking rap sheets. So what the fuck are you doing out here then? With a Honduras flag around your fucking neck. You're full of shit.
He wants to show how much he loves America.
Yeah.
It's right for them to go after the most dangerous people like they say they're doing?
I mean, I don't see anybody. Nobody here has attacked them. They initiated all of this. We're peacefully protesting. They're the ones that come out with riot shields. They come out with billy clubs and all kinds of shit. I don't know who's the aggressor here, but it ain't
You
us.
are.
The aggressor
You are.
Take off your badge, big boy. Take
off your mask.
Coward. Get that shit in my fucking
Get
face.
that shit out of my
Okay.
face.
That guy's yelling at the ICE officials for being a coward for wearing a mask. Meanwhile, he also has a mask on. What's
Right.
your message to the
There
police
you go.
officers in the National Guard right now?
They've got a choice. They don't have to do this fucking shit. That's it. They can either be American citizens or they can be what they're doing right now.
You don't think they're acting like as American citizens?
No.
Do you think they're trying to protect the country or make it a more dangerous place?
What do you mean? Like, this is way, way beyond what it needs to be.
Something's about to break out real soon. If these people keep taunting the police officers with all these other flags, all these other words they're saying to these police officers and National Guard, something's about to happen.
You guys suck! Christy Lewis, you guys
Ah, what a lady.
It's always the Butch Cassidys
Yeah.
that really
you're very upset.
rev everything up.
Yeah.
When's the last time you had a job
feel
or
some
took a
burning
shower?
in the eyes right now.
Pick
upon
one.
arrival here. Everybody be prepared. We still fight for the legalization of all in occupied territories. This was indigenous land. This was Mexico. This is
Fuck
our
off.
turf.
But it's not
These
anymore.
motherfuckers. Free them all! Stolen.
And where do you live? Where do you live? Are you willing to give up your home? So give it
I
up.
live in
Let an Indian
California,
come move in.
Mexico.
Right, exactly. Get the fuck out of here. Give it up. Give up your land. And who are you going to give it back to? The Mexicans? The Indians? Like, who the fuck are you going to give it to? Shut the fuck up.
Stolen land. Black people were stolen.
Black people weren't stolen. Black people were purchased. They were purchased. And they were purchased from other black people. And by the way, Irish people were also purchased from other Irish people. So Irish people were also sold into slavery at one time. Don't kid yourself.
We just
don't
drank our way through
we just
it.
don't fucking bitch about it, man. Fucking deal with it. Slavery is as old as humankind. Like slavery didn't start with the African slave trade. It didn't.
But we
start
know where
there.
it ended.
It hasn't ended. It's still going on.
Well, you know, I mean,
there
like,
are more.
technically.
No. There are more Africans enslaved right now than there were during the height of the African slave trade, because there's a lot more African.
Oh
people.
yeah, I forgot we were talking about the world.
Listen,
I was kind of just keeping it local. There's no slaves in Brooklyn.
I beg to differ. I tell you that. Sex trafficking, a lot of these people who are being brought illegally across the border have been sex trafficked. And nobody wants to talk about that shit. The children that are missing, hundreds of thousands of kids that are fucking missing, right?
It was in the Bronx, right? Where there was like an influx, and then I saw one guy who was doing like a walkthrough, like during the peak of all the immigration. And they had like the girls flat out, like outside, like kind of
children.
Yeah, they looked young.
Right. And nobody says you go down. It was on Roosevelt Avenue here too. Same thing. Bringing the cameras down there, and all the pimps out there go, "They better stop recording," right? Threatening American citizens to stop recording in Queens. Yeah. Like, get the fuck shot. Jesus Christ. And none of these people work. That's why they're out there in the middle of the fucking day. Nobody's got a job. And it's such a minority of people as well. So how many people do you think are out here? What did we say before? Let's say there's 5,000 people out there. I don't think there is.
I don't even think there is.
Let's even say there's 10,000 people out there. It's a city of 20 million. Yeah, there's 20 million people in Los Angeles County. A small minority of people. But you would think, like, everybody is into this. That's not true. And they handle these people with kid gloves like this. Governor doesn't care. The mayor doesn't care.
The governor, he's
such a douche. He's
Newsom?
another one.
What's Newsom?
Newscum.
He's the governor?
Newscum, yeah. As my boy would call him, Newscum.
It's a shame that he's beating us in the podcast game.
Well, that's not hard to do. And I know I'm talking to nobody right now, but I don't give a shit. It makes me feel good.
Catch us on the rerun, bitches.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, Dave. I'm just fed up with this stuff. I'm fed up, man.
It's trash.
Yeah, and I talk about, like, Trump. I was never a big Trump fan. I didn't vote for him in 2016. In 2020, I voted for him because it was so obvious that Biden was so dementia-ridden that he shouldn't have been president. By 2024, you made me a fan of this guy. You made me a fan because of shit like this. You're throwing a fucking temper tantrum and everybody's okay with it. You hate America. Why? It's the greatest place in the world, man. And anybody who wants to argue with that, I just turn to the numbers. Why are people coming here in droves if it's not the greatest place in the world? You sit there and tell me how racist and how much it sucks, and at the same time, but we should let people keep coming in. What kind of fucking asshole would do something like that? Come in. This place really sucks. It's racist, and you can't get anywhere here, and everybody hates you. Come on in. Fuck.
People are stolen land.
What's your message to ICE and to the federal government today?
Oh, yeah.
Just the
message. Here, your daughter brings him home. Yeah. Oh, honey. Oh, he's such a good looking, and only one teardrop. Oh, nice.
And he's
nice.
an activist.
Right. Yeah, he cares. He cares so much about his community. And he tattoos it. What does it say? I'd rather fuck you around his neck. Do you see it? I'd rather fuck you.
I can't read through this mask.
Yeah. That's just his, I'd rather fuck you. Nice. Honey, and what do you say? And he does what for a living? Gangbanger? Oh, what does that mean? What is gangbanger?
Oh, shit.
So he's in the pharmaceutical industry then. Oh.
He could get you a gun at a cheap price.
That's right. Welcome, Juan. Sit down.
This one's missing the serial code?
Yeah. Don't worry, it's clean, baby.
This will just scratch
You ain't
off.
got to worry about nothing. You tell him Juan give it to you.
Which one?
That one.
Me one.
Fucking ridiculous.
Straight up, is just this government is fucking corrupt as fuck. People need to fucking start realizing that shit. And fucking, we need a fucking factory reset.
Factory reset. Go back to Mexico and say that shit. Go to Mexico and do your factory reset in your homeland where they speak your language. What the fuck you here for? It's all corrupt. It's all horrible. Then go back. Go leave. Go find a better place. You can't. That's the whole thing. Remember the chick with Gavin McGinnis?
Which one?
Oh, there are better countries. And he said, well, which country is better?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sweden is better. He's like, oh, so you pick like the whitest place in the world.
Yeah.
You see, you could have said in any African nation. You could even said Eastern European, Turkey or something, but you didn't.
Yeah.
You chose some place far whiter than here that you would want to go.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Well, I guess you could look at it that. He's like, yeah. You didn't say any other place. You say nothing in South America. No. You went to the whitest fucking place in the world.
I would have picked Gaza.
You're such an asshole. Shall we keep watching Nick?
Yeah. I like Nick.
Just for everybody, straight the fuck up. You know what I mean?
You have lots of tattoos, and people oftentimes interpret tattoos with being part of a gang.
He actually looks like a cool guy.
Have you been checked for gangs or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm focused on some other shit. I'm not
You're
worried
not worried about that?
Don't worry about that.
Essentially, all that's happening right now is that ICE, police, DHS, and the National Guard are just holding a line here outside this federal building. Protesters haven't gone back at the police quite yet. We'll see what happens. Could be happening very soon.
This was our land. All this is stolen. And what? Now we're fucking illegal here.
Yes.
We're gonna die.
Yeah, now you understand.
You're not fighting for. You're not fighting for this country.
Sure you are.
We're gonna dox you. We're gonna dox you.
Look at that coward.
We're gonna dox you. I love this flag right here.
You just said you love that flag right there. What's your favorite thing about the Mexican flag?
The colors.
What's the purpose of bringing out the Mexican flags today here while we are in the United States?
Honestly, I have no idea, bro. I just came here to just show out. That's it, bro.
Chill.
Do you think it's low-key
That's like 80% of the people.
Go back to your country kind of vibe, or do you think people are just upset?
I saw it on TV and I figured there's probably a lot of really good dope down there.
Like dope pussy,
Yeah.
like that's the spot.
Yeah, people
are
shitting in the
getting
street.
lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like it's.
Look at this pillar of the community back here. You see him? Yeah. I thought they'd have free burritos.
You know, like we did come, but like I don't know, bro. It just they're here already. They don't want to leave.
Why are they protesting what's going on here in the United States if they don't want to go back to their country?
because they think it's like it's stolen land, so they think they could just come in here, you know, and
steal it back.
And this guy right here is essentially taunting National Guard right here, saying National Guard, LOL. Meanwhile, National Guard is right there with their troops. The lawyers have arrived.
Yeah.
What are you guys here to do?
We don't talk to press, I'm sorry.
Okay, and what's your guys' job here to do?
We're legal observers with the National Lawyers Guild, so we're a third party.
Communists.
So if the protesters say they touch a police officer or one of the members of the National Guard, who's at fault? If they then detain that person?
We don't.
Just look up National Lawyers Guild. So the people with the green hats, they essentially watch to see if law enforcement does anything that they could then go and sue them for. So who knows who they get paid by? However, their job
I
is to
really
make
hope
sure
the gunfire
that the
doesn't
protester
break out.
detained, they get all their name,
Because
info,
those
so
orange
they can
hats are really lend themselves to be great targets.
And a lot of people wonder who funds that group with the green hats.
Yeah,
Is
who
it George
funds
Soros
it?
Or is it some other outside organization? Nobody really knows. We got this group right behind me gathering right now. They're all masked up. They're in a circle.
They're Palestinian shit on it.
National Guard, what's your message to them today?
I'm just asking this dude to think, you know. I was just talking to this guy, asking him, if they give you the order to shoot, are you gonna do it? He wouldn't look me in the eye. It took a while, but he told me no eventually.
Yes.
None of these people want to be here. This captain looks sad as f. Look at this captain, bro. Sad as f. He does not want to be here doing this. None of them want to be here doing this, and yet they are. They need to make their own fucking choices and think for themselves.
But that's their job. See, they have something that you're not familiar with, and that's called a job. Somebody called me an asshole for saying that in one of the videos, by the way.
Which?
For saying, like, these people, it was with the Afghani guy, right? The kid, the short that I did with the kid that, I went to Afghanistan. And I'm like, and who the fuck cares?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's true. Like,
one
you
who
signed up. This is the military. You join the National Guard, you join the police force, you join the military. Like, this is what you do. You needed a job. This is your job. Your job is to keep and maintain order. It's not to question your fucking orders. Like, you get orders, right? And, there's bounds. It was, what was it? Stanley Kubrick movie, Glory? Paths to Glory, I think it was called. Really good movie. About three French.
That's with Douglas, no?
Yeah, Kirk Douglas.
Kirk Douglas.
It's really one of the few movies of his that I actually enjoyed.
I heard many good things. I need to watch it.
It was a good movie. It was very liberal, very left-leaning, because it's about three guys who, there's a colonel, a French colonel, and he's trying to make a name for himself. He's never really done any battle himself, and he orders these guys to go over and attack the German position. And a bunch of guys went, and they were slaughtered. It was like a fucking slaughter. And these three guys, they made the whole, I think it was the whole platoon, made the decision not to go, and they picked three guys at random out of there to prosecute for cowardice and not going over. And they picked, it was the sergeant major, something, two others. But anyway, so they tried these guys for cowardice under fire, and that's what the movie was about. It was a really good movie.
Black and white.
Yeah. But the whole thing, Stanley Kubrick did it, you know, and
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. But the whole thing was like, you signed up for something, and that's where things get a little ambiguous. Did I sign up to be
moral,
sacrificed?
Yeah.
Because basically that's what it was. This colonel just wanted, and that's an extreme case of it. Now I
that was Glory as well, right? With Denzel. Like at the end, they were the troops that had to go in first, but they were essentially like a sacrificial group.
Yeah, but that was a really good movie too.
I recently watched it.
Yeah, but those guys went up the hill to prove a point at the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now I look at like Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan. When you look in the first opening scene on D-Day, and they're going in and they get past the first thing. They use the Bangalores to go up, and they get in, and there's a pillbox up on top, and the Germans are just like picking them off, and Tom Hanks calls two names out, so basically go get them, and they get slaughtered, and then two more guys, they're slaughtered, like it's a suicide mission, and he says, okay, like we got to go a different way, but he didn't think anything about sending those four guys to their death, like, because sometimes that's what's required. Sometimes, you have to give orders in the military, and having served, like I think there's an underlying understanding that this is what it's about,
Yeah.
Like this, he looks sad. Well, of course, no. Look, I don't think anybody. I don't think anybody relishes the idea of having to do this, right? Of having to, especially pick up arms against your fellow countrymen. In this case, they're not necessarily your fellow countrymen.
And wouldn't
but
it be more
anybody.
sadistic if they were sitting there with a smile?
But you see, and that's the thing. I remember a guy that I knew that served in combat, and he said that. He said the people he wanted to avoid were the guys who enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He said he didn't want to be around those guys because he couldn't trust them, you know? And I would like to think that was the same. Like, you know, there was a time in my life when I would have lived or died for this country. You know, I was in the military and I was gung-ho as a kid, you know, and I believed in all that bullshit that I don't necessarily buy into all the bullshit that they're selling nowadays. I don't believe in war. I don't like war. I don't like it. You know, I don't want to see people die.
It's
I
all
think
measuring
it's
the bigger dick and
that's it. You
money,
know,
power.
Money. You see fucking Liz Cheney come out with Kamala. Send more money to Ukraine, to a fucking losing venture in Ukraine.
You evil bitches.
Yeah, let's go. And it's not just that. It's a lot of people, Republicans and Democrats alike, lined up to give them money. Why? Well, they have stock in McDonnell Douglas and Grumman and all these other fucking places that are building bombs and planes and all this other stuff. And there's a ton of money to be made in it. And they can't account for almost all the money that went into you. They can't account for that shit. They have no idea where it went. Let's send more. And meanwhile, these people are getting richer and richer. Elizabeth Warren is worth over $100 million. How the fuck do you have a job that pays you $175,000 a year? You've done it. Like before that, I think she was a teacher, right? So she made no money. How do you make all this money? Nancy Pelosi, how the fuck do you have all this money?
They found their hustle.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
And they found their little schemes.
On our backs.
Yeah.
See, and then I look at shit like this, and like I said, nobody gives a fuck that I got a $1,500 gas bill. I should just run it all up. Exactly. But that's the point.
Because we have to live in a civil society, and we have to follow regulations.
And you have to be willing to live like these people are willing. These people live horribly. They don't give a fuck. They live in filth. They don't give a shit, right? I remember I had a job at working for the phone company on Park Avenue in Brooklyn, right? In bad section of Park Avenue. And going in there, and they're like, yeah, we want to put a phone in our apartment. They actually called it, and it was a railroad. You know, it was like a brownstone on Park Ave, and it was one of those railroad apartments. And what they did was they put plywood up like every 20 feet, and they were renting these spaces out to fucking families.
They did that shit across the street from me, the Chinese people.
Yeah, well, that's who owned it. The Chinese owned it, and they rented it to these. They were like Guatemalan and all the South American, Central American people, right? And the guy's like, yeah, you could put it. Like he wanted me to attach a phone to a piece of plywood halfway down the fucking. I'm like, dude, I can't do that. Like this isn't a legal apartment. I can't. And he's like, please, I'm sorry, I can't do it. You know, like I can put it in the kitchen. And he's like, no, because then everybody can use it. And I can't. I'm like, dude, I can't put it in. But that's how these people are willing to live like this. And I don't get it. I can only imagine what they're coming from if this is an upgrade. Sometimes I get the feeling that they get here and don't realize what a mistake they made. You see all the people with their kids selling fruit on the fucking corners and shit like that, the cars that are stopped.
Yeah.
It's fucking heartbreaking. Like, I'm not a heartless person, but this is ridiculous. And what they're trying to do is destroy what we have here. And they want everybody should suffer. Like, we do take in people every fucking year. We take in people legally from all over the world. But this bullshit, this kid, he doesn't want to be. Of course he doesn't want to be there. Nobody wants to be in this situation, but the fact is he is there.
People freed. I don't want to see any more kidnapping. I don't want to see any more ICE in our communities. I want to see tax dollars going to this.
Who would you like to protect the nation?
The people. I mean, all I care about is the people. I just want everybody to be safe, not kidnapped.
What do you think there needs to be laws here in the United States to regulate things like immigration?
I think people need to not be kidnapped.
For instance, this is all caused because a lot of people did come to the country these past 4 years. Do you think there should be regulations with who comes across the border and how many come across?
You know, I think whatever regulations there may or may not be, they're abducting people at court cases, right?
If somebody comes across the border without due process,
They're not, though. They're taking people who have already been convicted of crimes for the most part. I'm not saying other people don't slip through the cracks, but they're taking people who have been convicted of serious crimes and getting them the fuck out. Like these 40 people that this whole thing started over, they were bad people. They were not good people.
Deserve due process going out.
Yes, everybody deserves due process.
Now they're all moving.
What
they're
is
going
due
to City Hall.
process? Look at this guy. I laughed when I first saw that. He looked scared to death. I would really want to crack these people across the fucking face, man. I really would.
Right here, taunting the police, direct line in between them. More police are coming. What do you guys say?
Fuck
Bro, this
LA.
is fucking bullshit, bro. They out here hurting innocent people. Fuck you, bitch.
The
You're
lady with the
innocent?
scarf right here. She was one of the people in that group that I was talking about earlier on in this video. Her and this guy right up here causing all the chaos.
Right.
I'm all good. What's the mask for?
I mean, shit. I mean, you
Oh,
know.
I like the hat, though. Ruthless.
Did you hear the?
No, what did he say?
He said, "What's the best for?" He said, "I mean, shit, you know."
You on the right or wrong?
Wrong. Totally. Look at what's happening. I mean, clearly.
Clearly what?
What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'm just kind of here.
Look at this
Just
milk
kinda
toast
here.
fucking.
There you go.
Can't say the F word.
Oh, this is the guy.
This is the guy.
This guy, you're not a fucking bitch.
Don't touch the camera.
Fucking bitch, I know that. Hey, you're a fucking bitch.
Yeah, that kid needs to get hit, man. He needs to get hit.
At least in New York, they protected
White
him.
nationalist.
Fucking Republican bitch.
Bro, you don't need to put. If he's one of them, they're gonna get it.
I don't give a f. I'm gonna fucking tell it to his fucking face. You fucking little faggot.
What did I do?
You know what the f you do?
Oh.
You know you f antagonize people?
This guy's homophobic.
Bitch ass up.
I'm
Get
not
the f out of here. Get the f out of here. Just like the cops. Get the f out of
Hey,
here.
I have a right to be here just like you.
Yeah, so do we, motherfucker.
Push me
Hey,
again,
I'm not the cops
motherfucker.
here.
He should have just stood there.
Yeah.
I'm not a cop.
Yeah, you are. You
How
fucking
am I a
asshole.
cop?
You want to f steal that shit? You want to get the fuck
Look
out
at
of
him.
here.
Stop touching me.
What? I'm fucking cornered, you little bitch. Are you scared?
I'm not scared.
Fucking faggot.
What did I do?
You're a little fucking bitch. I fucking see you on fucking line. Always
Okay.
fucking antagonizing. Right wing fucking.
That kid who's
ideology,
talking is such a
motherfucker.
pussy.
This is our
Yeah.
You could
fucking
tell.
land, you fucking bitch.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
He
Get the fuck
feels
outta
tough
here.
because he's got all these people around him.
Not today. I'm
Yeah.
the fucking police. I'm telling you not to be here, motherfucker.
Well, I want to be here.
Well, I'm fucking
Well, I
telling
wanna
you
be
not to
here.
Right.
Get out of my
Go
way.
fuck yourself.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Right-wing motherfucker.
See, and again, there it is. He brings it all about race, too, right? You're a white nationalist. You're a white motherfucker. And that's okay. That's okay.
He may have said right wing, but he wasn't.
Well, he did say right wing, but he also
Yeah.
said white motherfucker.
Oh yeah. He's racial.
Yeah. Well, he called him a white supremacist
Yeah.
in the beginning.
They all go straight to that. Even in New
Yeah,
York.
yeah. It's all
They
about
went
race.
straight to the fact that he has white privilege and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. You have to go to the New York one. There's some good moments in it. I could even tell you. Like,
I would
the
love to
points.
see this kid get laid out. I really would.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him get
Unfortunately,
laid
Nick
out.
Shirley just kept his cool and let it go. I mean, good for him though.
Well, he had to as well, because if he hit this kid, then, you know, he's got all these other people around there who would probably feel free to do whatever. Now, I don't see the New York one.
It should be there. I think it was the last one he put out.
His last one that I have here, anyway, was L.A. Let me. Does he have a different channel?
No, I don't think so. It should be on his channel.
The last one was Los Angeles Has Fallen.
Hold on, I'll go to my history. I'll see if I could find it. That'd be fucked up.
Oh
if
wait,
they
you
took
know
it
what?
down
Hold on,
already.
hold on. Oh no, this is. Yeah. Is this it? America erupts, ICE raids take over the streets. That was from last week.
No, this one was like 2 hours ago. I got it. I'll send it to you.
How come it's not on his thing here? Oh, it was live then? He must have live streamed it. All right. Let's just play it right into it. Yeah.
New York City. We're at an anti-ICE protest. We got probably a couple thousand people here out on the streets.
And don't let the audio throw you off because it doesn't match his mouth. It's not on our end.
Oh, okay.
Our end is good with the tech specs, all right? At least for now.
Fuck ICE. That would be pretty interesting. I've never fucked ICE. I've had some cold pussy before, but...
So what would you have to do? You have to melt the middle? Like get
don't
a
know.
big chunk of ice, melt the middle, and go right down? That might feel good for...
playing it in my head.
For like a second, and then you might get a little...
well, who knows, right?
chilly
We saw...
willy.
We watched the other... 2 days ago, Walter and I watched...
Ken Park.
Ken Park. It was a really great movie, man.
Larry Clark.
Highly recommend Ken Park. I'm going to watch Kids or Gummo next. I don't know which one, but...
I would go with Kids. But you might like Gummo also. Gummo I only watched once.
See, now you made me forget why the fuck I was saying this.
Oh, sorry.
Talking about fucking ICE. Oh, God.
You said it'd be interesting if we fucked ICE.
I don't know. It's gone now.
I interrupted with the movies.
Too many.
You said you were going to watch the movie. You went right into it.
With too many thoughts at one time.
I hate the sound.
I
You
can't
got it.
remember. Oh,
what is it, Lassie?
It's done. Timmy's in the well, and I pissed on him.
Did Nick Shirley get hit with a rock, Lassie? Let me know. You could skip a little.
That really bothers me now.
What, that slipped your mind?
Yeah. Anyway, all right, never mind. Fuck it. No, I'm playing this.
Anti-ICE protest. We're going to see what's going to be happening here on the streets. Here we go, everybody. Let's start talking to some of the folks. What brings you out here today? You got the...
I'd say the first encounter is when he talks to the two girls,
What fears you most about these deportations?
which is pretty funny.
It's not about me. It's about all the people who are extremely vulnerable to
Ted Kaczynski talked about these
deportation,
people, by the
who
way.
have no due process. And
What the
before
hell was that?
there wasn't really for deportation process due process in the way that is meaningful to people.
Who would you rather have here, ICE or ISIS?
That's a stupid question. I'm not interrupting you.
Well, it's a simple one. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's keep going. Excuse me, sorry. How you guys doing? What brings you out here today?
This guy's a troll. Don't talk to him.
No, I'm not a troll. Wow, there's lots of people here. Let me take this. Here we go, everybody. We're in the heart of it. Right now they're chanting
Fascist.
No ICE.
I don't
no
think
KKK,
these people know what fascism
no
is.
USA here we go, everybody.
And they
We
support
got the legend with us.
Hamas.
We got Booker T. Jones out here today as well with us. Here we go, everybody. All right, you guys. We got Booker T. Jones. Booker T. Jones, say what's up to everybody here in the chat.
What's up? I'm here.
Who is it?
We got a lot of new
Something Jones.
so here we go. This
I
is a
thought he
live
said
show.
Quincy Jones. I said, that ain't Quincy Jones. He's dead anyway.
Let's see what happens. Right now we have undocumented. What's the sign say?
ICE is not welcome here. Together, we are stronger. And over here is just like a link over here. So yeah.
Just a link.
Fuck ICE. Fuck 12. This is what we're here for.
Why F ICE?
F ICE. Because they are deporting immigrants that have come here and people that even come here legally. Trump is deporting people that are
They
here.
just arrested somebody.
Well, there was that one mistake, right? Wasn't there a mistake?
Well, they call it him, but it wasn't.
And for this very reason,
That was the guy
we are
from
here to
Maryland.
protest and
The
we
great
are very
MS-13
Oh,
member
yeah,
from
yeah,
Maryland.
that's right,
Yeah.
that's right, that's right.
Thank you very much, sir. All right. They just arrested somebody here. Now everyone's yelling shame.
There's two girls right by that pole that he eventually talks to.
All right. How long is the sentence?
Oh, this is 2 hours. But not a lot of it. Like, you could jump around.
They're pushing people around, pushing them back.
They're pushing people around. They're pushing. Oh my God.
So F them, right?
So sore.
I brought some Summer's Eve for my pussy.
That's it.
Just in case.
It's bad, and what they're doing is bad.
It's hot out today.
This land was made for you and me, it says up here. I'm stuck right now.
just like a whole lump sum of shit lumped together.
What's your sign say? Ice. Get the F out of here. Love New York City.
I love his face.
What's your sign say? What's your sign say?
Proudly representing
She didn't
my
even
family
know.
members and friends who are scared to
That's
talk
an
and
interesting
protest
reading
and all scream
technique.
for us.
There you go. Have you had any family members that have been deported?
I don't want to talk about that.
No. Are you worried about your family being deported?
I don't want to talk about that. Thank you.
No worries. Have a great rest of your
Are
day.
you illegal?
Why not
No,
talk
it's
about it? Here's
crazy
your
out here, right?
opportunity, right? Get your word out.
Excuse me. I can't move. Blocked.
What we should really do is read parts of Ted Kaczynski's manifesto. He talked about all this shit, man.
Really?
You know, the Unabomber.
Yeah, yeah.
It's my man. I have it. I have his manifesto.
That's not the,
He predicted all of this.
that's not the first time that manifesto was brought up to me.
No. This kid's got balls, man. I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
She just said keep the black people and the colored people in the middle.
So that means
not
let me
racist.
get in the middle.
See, everyone's trapped right here. There's nowhere to go.
Oh my
Please
God,
help.
I would have such
Lock
a headache.
everybody in. Let's see. Everyone's saying
She's pretty, but she looks like she doesn't shower very often.
Yeah, he mentions that also. He's like, it just smells like BO out here.
When does he get to the part where he talks to these chicks? Let's
All right, so just skip. You'll see. Yeah, keep going. It's right around there. Yeah, a little before.
Day, every
Oh
day.
yeah, this
Get
bitch is
banned from
crazy.
Revamp the entire system.
All right, hold on. We want to get her from the beginning here. It's like they're at a football game. This is a football rally. These are all the people who couldn't make it in sports. If these people really were fascists, they'd be opening up on them right now. They'd be opening fire. Like, because that's what true fascists would do. That's what the Nazis did. That's what the brown shirts did. They just opened up.
if you could have a one-on-one conversation with the police officer, what would you say?
I don't know. I'd ask them if they know what they're complicit in, because I don't think many of them do, which is why they're standing here smirking at all of us, smacking their gum.
Do you think all police officers are bad?
I mean,
Brain malfunction.
they're part of a system that's broken, so yes, they are complicit, yes.
And there goes her leader.
Y'all all talk about cops all day. What do you want to know? 50-A.org. If you live
Oh,
in New York
God.
City, put in their badge number. Find out how many allegations they have, how much they've cost
Who
the
invited
city,
Karen?
how much money they make. 50-A.org. Look up dirty cops. 50-A.org.
Should they defund the NYPD?
Absolutely. Abolish it. Revamp the entire system.
Abolish the police.
Nobody
Oh,
deserves
yeah.
their
How's
own
that working
flag.
for you?
Back to Blue is a disgusting, abusive
She's
tactic.
gonna lead the workshop.
So all cops are bastards when we say that. We say that because they turned a blind eye to abuse. And if you see something, they don't say something, right? They turn a blind eye. That's what Back to Blue is.
Well, that's all bullshit.
Talk
right,
about
right off the bat.
Talk it out of your ass.
Right. But I want to see, what would this woman do if she's being raped or she's being mugged or any of that other shit? It's so funny because we've seen it so many times. Back 4 years ago when they had the whole defund the police. And then the Democrats changed when it was an absolute disaster. The city of Oakland literally fell, right? And they're like, oh no, we meant reimagine the police. Like, they wanted to send Mrs. Goldfarb, the social worker, in there to talk to the lunatic with the knife. Oh yeah, how's that working out for you? Like, these fucking idiots. And I'm all for it. She should go live in a non-police state. I'm all for it. I'm telling you, give these people California. Just give it to them. It's beautiful. I love California. I used to go out there all the time, and I don't anymore because it's absolutely untenable out there. You can't fucking live. Between the homeless and the drugs and the fucking in the politics and the filth and the human waste, it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. And that's what they want. It can be my only conclusion that what they're looking for is to absolutely, and it was Marx. I've read the Communist Manifesto. I've read Das Kapital, right? His whole thing was to absolutely dismantle all of Western civilization. And this is how you do it. It's the destabilization of everything that was good and European, quite honestly, you know, and to bring absolute anarchy and chaos in. And then you can have the overthrow of this wonderful utopia, this working man's utopia. Read Tolstoy, not Tolstoy, Trotsky. Trotsky talked about it. He was a true believer. Lenin was a true believer. And it never fucking worked. Look how well it worked for Trotsky. Because as soon as a person who was a bigger sociopath than him had the opportunity, he took him out. And that was Stalin. It can't work. And people like this woman is so bitter and deranged. If you put her in a position of power, all she would do is cut people's heads off.
Oh, she's fucking
No,
nuts.
she would. That's all she would do is just cut people's heads off, like and do it in the name of democracy or in the name of communism, right? For the greater good and all that shit. That's a fascist.
That's an angry vagina.
Well, no, that's
just like a clam, like
oh yeah.
that
This
doesn't want to open.
This woman was probably abused. Probably came from some money, I would think. She's actually probably halfway intelligent. She's never had a successful relationship with anybody, let alone with a man or a woman or whatever her predilection is that way. No, she wants to lash out at humanity, and this is her way to do it. Right?
Back each other up. Therefore, all cops are bastards because they're all enabling a system that is harming people.
Who should protect the city?
Original policing came from slave catchers, white men
That's not
chasing black people,
Not
slaves.
true. Not true.
We know that. This is where they don't teach us this in the history
The original
books.
police officers
Slave
came long before the African slave trade.
Did they
You
set
go
little
back
rabbit
to the
traps?
Romans. I mean, the Romans when they landed in Jerusalem and really brought watch the Life of Brian, right? It is the great thing. What have the Romans ever done for us? Those were the original police. Police have been around. The idea of policing has been around for literally millennia. I mean, you know, that's insane. Oh, the original police were slave catchers. You're out of your fucking mind. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, policing has been around forever.
Where all these fucking fools came from.
And then who should protect the city?
You abolish it and you start the whole system all over again.
Yeah. And in the meantime, what do you
Putting more
do?
services to homelessness, community activations. You stop putting so much money into policing because they're not here to protect people, they're here to protect property. And as a woman that's
They're
called the
literally
police
there to
for
protect
DV
you right
before,
now.
Right,
they're not here for me.
They're
Women
literally
should
there
never
for
call
you.
the cops. Ladies, never call the cops for domestic violence. They're not here to help you.
Who should they call then?
Your community. See, white people, we have a big problem in our white community.
Who's your
white people,
community,
we don't know
then?
how to form communities. We don't know how to ask for help. We love silence. We love sweeping shit under the rug because you have to look a certain way, act a certain way, be a kind of certain way, right? That's white people shit. And we got to unlearn that because we're all being told a lie. When people start to speak up,
Told you this stuff.
we're called crazy. The second we start to speak up, white people were literally murdered back in the day when we stood up for black people because something must be wrong with them. Why would they be supporting black people? Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Fuck police. At least 40% of them beat their wives. They killed
Where the
30
fuck
dogs.
I don't speak in generalities or anything, but I have it on good authority.
Hey, yo, you're a pussy.
I'm white, you're white. What should we do?
Oh my God, use our privilege all day, every day. Stand front lines. Yo, black people shouldn't even be fucking out here. It should be all of us fighting against white.
You hear that, black people? This white woman is telling you that she's protecting your rights by keeping your black ass home. You shouldn't even be out here.
What is that, segregation?
Just fucking the whole
we need to start that again.
They're just fucking the whole thing up. Go home, black people.
Oh, wait. And then right after like this interaction, you have to go, I believe it's that black guy with the hat right behind him, when they're starting to walk because he's
not walking?
phenomenal.
All right.
We should be front line, protecting ourselves, putting our bodies on the line. What, you get arrested for a couple hours?
Oh,
Yo,
good.
sue their asses, make 10 grand. Really, 1-800-SUE-CITY. Sue the police. I go on forever. Real shit.
I want to see
I've
you
been
get
outside
arrested.
for a while. I've been arrested. I think how many times I've been arrested? A lot.
Can I see you get arrested tonight?
I mean, I really would rather not get arrested, but I will. I will always take one for the team. It's revolutionary shit. What you saying? Y'all want to fuck with
I think that's what got it here in the first place.
That's the only thing we'd like
Took
to
one
see.
too many for the team. Speaking of black dudes that I like to support, yeah, shout out to Khalil, the biggest one I've ever seen.
They call me Karen the cock taker.
Yeah.
them when they hurt you and they unlawfully arrest you for using.
The black man's cum slum.
Sister Sledge. Sister Sludge. She's got those glasses on because
For
she
a
got
reason. That's
cockeyed.
right. That's right. You know how much that shit stings? Yeah.
I haven't been able to see for 3 weeks.
That's right. Jerome shoots that shit out at about 90 miles an hour. Wow. Fucking. Oh,
Your First Amendment right.
How much money have you made from getting arrested?
Enough.
Pay the bills at least? To pay the bills at least?
Taxpayers' money. We should be people
Now
should
the
be
other
mad
one's
about all
gonna
these
start
unlawful
getting
arrests.
annoyed.
Taxpayers should be out here being like, why y'all wasting money? They're exercising their First Amendment right to
using
protest.
this money to pay her bills. You're trying to paint it out like she's like here telling defund cops, leaving
He
the
didn't say
community
anything.
to be harmed.
No,
and
no,
like,
no. That's the way she took it. Do you hear what she's telling him? Oh, you're trying to paint it like he didn't say any of that.
Yeah, now all
he
of a
said
sudden
none
she's
of
got a
that.
big
he
mouth.
just said, oh, how much did you get? Like that was it. He didn't say, oh, you're using this for yourself to pay your bills. That's her. That's in her head. She thinks that that's what that girl's doing, and she's putting it on him. He didn't say anything. Nothing.
to live her life. Like, you think she's freeloading off of these causes?
Oh no, I was just asking if like the
that's,
fines that
that's
she's
kind
got
of like your question
was
seemed
enough to
very
pay the
pointed.
bills.
I feel
What? He didn't. All he said was how much. That's all he said. How is that pointed?
She was doing the majority of the fucking
She's
talking.
the one. Oh, you can make thousands doing this. And he just asked, well, how much have you made?
Because I'm
that
interested.
was it. Right. That's it. And this one takes, oh, you're making the sign. She is paying her bill. How the fuck else is she not paying her bills? What is she wearing those nice glasses, right? Fucking all this shit. Yeah, fuck off. She doesn't have a job. She's here in the middle of the afternoon. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I feel like you're definitely not. I know she's obviously not
feel-
doing
I
I can just
feel-
look at him. No offense.
I feel.
What do I?
because she cares about the
No offense.
community.
You're the typical white boy.
Yeah.
There we go.
I know you. I know your type. I married
What?
someone like you.
Yeah.
I did. I got divorced.
No, he dumped you.
So you're saying there's
Right.
a chance?
Yeah.
You got that free Palestine?
Free Palestine, freedom.
Yeah?
Freedom.
Okay. So you're
Pretty
saying.
sad what's going on.
Okay.
Pretty sad what's going
You
on.
make money off this?
We're live right now. We're talking to people. Got anything to say?
Please don't police me. I beg you.
Anything you gotta say? You got 7,000 people watching right now.
No, I think I said what I had to say. Fuck 12, fuck the police.
You did a very good job saying what you want to say. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, man. We're trapped right here. I don't know where to go. We're trapped. It's kind of hard.
There
You're
goes the
white
sign.
and privileged. You could probably walk right across the street. They'll let you.
See what happens.
Fuck 12. Black Lives Matter. Free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan. Fuck ICE.
All right.
I have a question for you. ICE or ISIS?
I think ISIS is
Really, get the fuck out of here. Like, please
Get the
leave.
fuck out of here.
Please
I
leave.
don't
No,
like
but
that
I-
question.
I- I-
Like,
You're such a
actually,
loser.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the
I
fuck
will leave.
out of here.
I'll leave now.
Leave.
All right, I'm moving.
Get
I'm
out of
moving.
here, you loser.
I'm going. Thank you so much, man. Here
So
we go.
much for staying strong
All right,
together.
we're out of there. She chose ISIS.
Where's the dude with the hat?
All right, so now move forward. He's gonna talk to somebody else before, but it's kind of like
Where the hell's the
whatever.
there it is.
But go a little forward when they start walking away past him. Go ahead. Yeah, like right here. That guy with the dreads.
Is he crazy too?
Yeah, go back. Like go back to the beginning of when they start walking. This is around where it is.
I ain't no racist, sir. Yeah, no, we just out here. But
If someone's here to do good, you should get them out?
if they're not here to do good, then we should probably get them out.
Okay.
And so I hope that ICE is doing their research as far as who they're going to take. And if someone's here illegally,
Oh, legally.
And they probably should be deported if they're here illegally.
All right, my question to you though is, what about?
See, I like guys like this. He's asking questions. He's being civil. He's letting them talk.
Yeah.
You know, you can have a difference of opinion, but these people won't even let you talk.
And then there's an interruption.
Right.
Eventually, they get in the way.
Well, especially with the chicks, because the chick you can't talk. You can't talk to. Like they know it's all done. Like this is the truth. This is a fact, and I know it. Fuck off.
Exactly. College kids who are going to be the future, essentially, for the United States, that are, you know,
That's
doing
scary.
a magnificent job in
I'm glad I'll be dead.
What
Yeah,
about
I'll
them
be close.
If they just happen to just be illegal, if that's the only infraction that they're doing.
Well, if they're here on a student visa, that's a different story. If they're
Let's
here
say
on
if it ran out, but let's say if their student visa ran out, but they're still doing excellent work as being what would be considered an upstanding citizen. The only thing is that they're missing their proper migration status.
Then they'll probably need to go back to their country, reapply for the visa, and once it's granted again, they can come back.
But after having a whole life here and, you know, job and, you know, maybe family, kids, all that, you say you think that they should go back?
Well, if they have to reapply for the visa, that's kind of just how long it works.
Everyone in the chat is right wing, by the way.
There she is.
Everything what?
I don't know. There it is. Broke the camera.
Oh, she just broke the camera. We're having a great conversation now. They just broke the
They
camera.
were. That's how it gets interrupted.
We're back.
There it is. The drum getting louder.
I'm lived in Lower East Side my whole life, black male. I can have a disagreement and, you know, not blow up on you. It's just certain things that, you know, I don't allow and tolerate, which is, you know, any type of neo-Nazi or KKK.
We can agree on that.
Exactly, but like, it's crazy.
Same, I totally agree with you. I agree with you on that. It's a privilege to be in the United States. It's not a right. It's a privilege to be here. It's not a right if you're not born here.
Well, to some people would say that, but, you know, my question is, this is a entitled way that certain people, you know, think about. This is a privilege to be here. Now, my thing is, when, you know, the Native Americans and the original inhabitants of this land, when they were here and people just bogarted their way through, were their opinions taken into consideration? Like,
No.
you know,
They
to the victor go the spoils.
So, you know, it's interesting how the clock sometimes.
But listen, when the Tutsis and that stuff in Africa, when they win, right, with the Zulus were some of the most powerful warriors in Africa. They conquered a lot of land. When they conquered land, did they take the conquered people's ideas into account? No. Like, this shit goes on all over the world. It's gone on through entire history of mankind. People have been fighting people for territory, for grazing land, for food land, for crops, for all that shit since the dawn of time. Now, you want to go back, what? Who do you want? Again, Michael Knowles, we talked about it before. Who do we give it back to? Which tribe exactly? Because many different tribes have been here. People have been in this country for 12,000 years. So who do you give it back to? How the fuck do you know who the original people were? You don't. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's just so stupid.
It comes full circle. So now there are people that don't like the influx of people. But you know what?
Yeah, like the black people in Chicago that we showed that before. The black people in Chicago who are fed up with it. That their fucking services are going to migrants, to people who don't belong here. And those are black people. There were black people up in Harlem from a year ago who were saying the same exact thing. Get them the fuck out of here. Right? Because you're sending your kid to school. You see, that these politicians don't give a fuck because it doesn't affect them.
Mm-hmm.
Including these Democrats who are in control. They're not sending their fucking kids to these public schools. Hell no.
No, it's in their interest.
70 fucking kids in a kindergarten class. These kids aren't learning anything. They don't give a fuck. Or we'll teach them that they can be any gender they want. That's really what's important. And that they're victims. We can do that at 70 kids a clip.
Mm-hmm.
This land is land that is for everyone.
No, it's not. It's not. You're wrong about that. You're wrong.
Natives. And if we're talking about land massings and carvings, there was a point in which Mexico, there was a point, I'll continue speaking, there was a point in
Sure.
And then we bought them.
We or the we that you're speaking of is the United States that bought people. My thing is this. There is this is just carved land. This is sort of like, it's slightly fictitious from its inception. You don't have really, to me, you don't have proper ground to stand on when your starting point's fucked up. Like, it's just like if you're trying to have a relationship with anyone and you started up on fucked up terms.
Where are we moving to?
Well, then where do you think it's gonna go? That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Have a good one. Cool guy right here. We appreciate this man. Nice.
But he was
protester
civil.
right here.
Yeah, I think he was
Idea
wrong,
of, uh,
but he was civil. He said his
United
piece.
States being stolen land from Mexico, for instance. That'd be like arguing that the house that your grandparents sold 100 years ago, you want that house back. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? Why?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm bleeding right
There's
now,
the
and I
bird.
hate you.
Where are we going to now? Here
Here
we
it
go.
comes.
How you doing, sir? You enjoying the protest?
Yeah, are you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, right here, dickhead?
Dickhead.
I ain't no racist, sir.
I don't know shit.
Yeah, no, we just out here
You're
chilling.
not raised to be a dickhead?
I ain't a dickhead either.
What you out here for? You out here for that shit?
Yes, sir. We're out here talking to the protesters, seeing what's going on. So,
The way everybody's responding to you, you must be a
I know
dickhead.
they're kind of getting mad, huh?
Yeah, obviously you ain't out here for us.
I'm out here just to give
You're
the
out here
people
like on
opinions.
some white supremacy shit. Because
No.
you're a white boy and that's how y'all niggas act. You
Oh,
know what
really?
I mean?
There's a lot of other white boys out here.
word.
He's trying the intimidation.
Right,
game.
like all
Right,
this
right,
shit
right.
that's going on, the white supremacy, all this shit. You know how y'all took over this land?
How?
Yeah.
You know, there just be Mexican land and all that Native
No,
American Mexican
it
land.
didn't.
Yeah.
You know, your people
know,
came
You're
to
in New York.
came
Was
over
never
here,
Mexican.
and built walls,
I
built
overheard.
walls up, told them people they got to stay down there.
Yeah.
How would y'all like if somebody came over there in Europe and did that shit to y'all?
But they
How
have,
about we
though.
start encouraging y'all, getting y'all out here and getting shit back to the Native Americans? How would you like that?
But it has
Now
happened.
you're in-
But people
how would you
in
like
Europe
that? How
fought
about
too,
we encourage this shit
right?
for the Native Americans, give it back to the original people of this land.
Were you born here?
Who?
You.
My people are Native American, yes. My people are Native American, yes. They were mixed with black people, yes. I got a 100% Native American grandmother. What about you?
So we're on the same
Are
page.
you from here? No, you're not from here.
How do you know he's not from here?
You're not from here. You're European, right?
I'm here.
How about we purge this
here.
shit for the Native Americans? Are you with that?
Am I with
Are
that?
you with that?
Current day?
Huh?
Current day?
Are you with that?
To give everything back to Native Americans?
Yeah, we give it back to the Native
No.
Americans. You with that?
Go for it.
It's our land
Let's
back,
see what happens.
motherfucker. You with that?
Sure, let's go for it. Let's see what happens.
I know. That's why you're not here. That's why you're not here.
Mocking people, saying we're on stolen
yeah,
land. Like,
clown.
can you
You're a
get
clown.
out of here?
Talking to the
Like,
wrong one,
actually get out of here.
I'm leading. I'm walking with you guys.
Tolerant people.
Like, go
You
where
look
you're
dirty
not
as hell,
being
yo. You look dirty, bro.
Go.
I do look
You look
dirty.
dirty, bro. You look dirty, bro.
I look
You
dirty.
look dirty. Your hair and all that shit. Your body. Your clothes gonna look like whatever. Your body, your face look dirty, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You look stinky, nigga.
Look at this guy.
Slime ball. Look at this
And
dirty ass.
it's exactly trying to intimidate him, and he's not being intimidated.
Grease ball. No, fuck that. He gonna get
You
me
ain't
all day.
affecting me.
This raggedy ass. Look at this dirty ass motherfucker. Put it on your face.
It is on my
dirty
face.
ass. He need to take a shower, cut his hair. You know what I mean?
I could use a
Get a
haircut.
clean cut. Act like the white boy you supposed to be. Put a suit on.
Act like the
I
white
Put a
should've.
suit
boy you're
on.
supposed
You know what I
to be.
mean?
Look how
You
aggressive
ain't
this
playing
guy's
the
getting,
part
man.
right. You ain't playing the part. You like a beach bum, nigga. You ain't playing the part right, dirty ass boy. Go get in the shower. You look tan as fuck. You trying to be black? Huh?
So
you
now
trying to
it's
get a tan?
now it's a crime to be outside.
You trying to get a tan,
Now it's a
motherfucker?
crime to be outside. It's a crime to be outside
Clown.
now?
Fucking clown. Fucking
Wow.
clown. No, it ain't a crime to be outside. It's a crime to be here when you stolen land. On stolen land. It's a crime to be on stolen land. Talking like how you talk.
Were you born here?
Talking how you talk.
Were you born in the U.S.? Because so was I.
100%.
So was I.
Where
Then
your
we're
family
equal.
come from?
Then we're equal.
Where your family
Who the
come
fuck
from?
cares?
Mine's was kidnapped. Where's yours?
My parents were born here.
Damn, man, I got nothing else to say.
Yeah, that's it. We done.
What?
No white people were born here, you dumb fuck.
Oh, really? Because
White people in the modern day,
I was born here.
cultures don't come.
White
there's
people
no
weren't
white culture
born
that comes
here?
in the US.
I came
was
out of the
born
womb
here.
here in the United States.
Yeah, you're avoiding
So,
my
I was
actual
born here.
argument. You're a fucking idiot.
What did he say?
Hey, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
I have a question. So what is your intention with being here right now?
Oh, we're just talking to people, giving people a voice.
Yeah?
That's what we do.
That's
That's
it.
what we do here on the channel.
What's your channel?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like in these times, there's so much to like
In these times.
spread us apart. Like obviously, there's so much violence and just people being torn apart from each other. And wouldn't it be beautiful if we could look at each other and really spread love?
Oh, definitely.
Like, don't you
Amen.
feel that?
Amen.
That would
I'm
be
not
really
feeling
good.
much love out here. I'm just trying to talk to
Well,
people.
you're not
and
feeling
get
much love because you in society.
You don't
showing
agree
up
with
in
what I
space like
agree with.
Now, she has no idea who he is or what he does, but she has determined just by looking at him and listening to other people who also didn't know him, who he was or what he does, that he's bad, right? But he's wrong for judging them. Like, listen to that logic.
The mental Olympics.
Already shows that you're upholding something that causes so much hate and destruction for other people.
I never put
He
up
never
with no
said
bird.
anything.
I never cussed out anybody.
He
out
never
here.
told
They
any
came after
person
me, man.
here his stance.
But no, like, you're totally chill. Like, I'm having a great time talking with you.
Well,
So I appreciate you.
The only guy that even got
right?
close
So
to
I'm
was the other guy who was decent with him,
Mm-hmm.
who said, well, we actually bought it. That was the only statement that he made. Well, we actually bought it. Yeah, you know.
Experience. It's just whatever.
By the
that
way,
means
New York
for other
City was
people.
never part of
I just
Mexico,
wanna check in
just
with
so
your
you know.
intentions because
It's a little
you know,
far.
I didn't know how to read you for what you're here for.
Yeah, they said I was stinky. They said I need to, like, shower.
Well, I
But
can't smell you with my nose and stuff, so I
don't
can't
smell
tell
that
you.
No, your nose is
I showered
covered.
this morning. I put on deodorant. Might even put on some cologne, too, so.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I hope you take whatever you experience, and I know that it hurts the ego. I hope you take it and you go home and maybe like look at it.
Every
Well,
one of
shower's
these
good.
people need to look in the mirror
Maybe
and
like
say
just
that.
think of why these people are saying this, and then what can you do to help
Well,
people
the-
that are feeling this way?
The thing
other than showering.
and we're going to bang it up soon here, but one of the things about these people is that they really feel that they have moral superiority. That the fact that they're out there for others and not for themselves makes them better human beings. You know, and it's just so ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, they all want their Starbucks. They all fucking have their iPhones and all this other shit. They're all fucking tied to corporate America and all this other stuff. The guy back here, right? He's got the Ray-Bans on. He's got the fucking headphones. He's got, but I hate corporate America and I hate capitalism. Who the fuck are you kidding, man?
Go whittle yourself
Right,
from
exactly.
some
Your
shoes.
Nike shoes and your iPhones and your iPads and all this other shit. It's all bullshit. And you people are deluding yourselves. If you really want to help, then adopt an illegal. Bring them into your home. I did that once. I wrote up, it was years ago, I wrote up a thing to adopt an illegal. Yeah. I told you about that guy I worked with, Frank Moore. That was his name, Frank Moore, who lived, in this posh place on Livingston Street in Brooklyn. Worked at that store together.
Mm-hmm.
And would tell me, oh Jesus, you don't understand the homeless. This guy was sponging off of his wife who had a good job. They moved to New York together. And he would talk about the homeless and all this. I said, dude, it's you and your wife. You have a 3-bedroom apartment. Bring them into your house.
Yeah. Let
Bring
them fuck
in.
your wife.
Right. Listen, they'll cook your food. They'll clean your clothes. They'll clean your house. They'll bring the garbage out. All you got to do is feed them, house them, and give them medical. How is that any different than, because you want the country to do it, but you don't want to personally do it yourself. You don't want to see the effects of it, right? But it's your tax money, or is it? Like, I find this is so easy for these people to talk about that none of these people are working. They're all here in the middle of the day. That tells me you ain't got no fucking job. Like, this is what you're doing.
Or they're skipping class.
Well, more times than not. And whoever told kids that they knew enough to run the world? Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm sick. I'm sick, man. I can't do any more today. I'm getting hoarse.
Next week's live, we'll cover the complete end of the world.
This is the beginning of it. If we don't squash this shit soon, it's going to really get out of control. And this isn't going to end pretty, These people complain over nothing. It's never been better to be a human being, But I don't feel bad that I don't want my country destroyed, I would like us to all live well that live here, and to bring people in, people that deserve to be here. I have no problem with immigration. And again, like Nigel Farage pointed out, it's the same thing with us. You're used to taking in 1 million people a year here, and that's a lot of fucking people, 1 million people a year. And all of a sudden you're taking in 6 to 8 million in a year. And the cost of housing goes through the roof, and the cost of food goes through the roof, and the ability to get a low-paying, entry-level job is non-existent for your citizenry. Like that's the ramifications of all this. Immigration in itself isn't bad. It's when you have this huge influence. It's just too much for the system to handle. It can't fucking handle it. And I got to tell you, the politicians that you think are on your side, they're just looking for more votes. African Americans voted about 20% for Donald Trump, and that scares the shit out of Democrats who've never done a fucking thing for blacks in this country. You look at everywhere that they control, man, and for black people, it's fucking horrible. Mentioned all this: Oakland, Memphis, Detroit, Philadelphia, St. Louis. Like, go down the list. These are places that have been controlled by Democrats for years. I had one guy who, some of them are in Republican states. Take a civics class, motherfucker. The people who control what happens in the city stay in the city, right? These are the people that control the police force, the people, these are the district attorneys, the Board of Education. That's all on a local level. All of that shit's local, right? The people who make all these rules and decisions. And I'm telling you, the Democratic Party has done nothing for black people in this country. And black people are starting to wake up. You're getting people like Candace Owens out there, right? And Officer Tatum and all of these guys that are done. They see it.
Maybe next week we could do some of, what's his name? Stein.
Andrew Stein?
Andrew Stein.
Oh, he's a funny guy.
He's hilarious.
I like the one guy that does the abortion rights thing in the Dallas City Council. Did you ever see him?
I probably did.
It's hysterical. And why we need this. I have 7 women I've gotten pregnant, and if you make abortion illegal, I'm going to have to support all of these kids, right? I think this is just so wrong. I should be able to have free, unprotected sex and come dumping any woman I want. Like, it's very funny stuff. Anyway. My name's Dwight. That's Walter. We got another video coming out next week. We'll be here. We're here on Thursdays, man, from 12:30-ish to 3-ish. Again, it's like BET time, you know?
Yeah, today got a little, I guess,
political. Because Walter and I were both in really fucked up moods today. And I'm tired. Like, I'm tired. $1,500 on a fucking gas bill. And again, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares.
That's it. I'm moving to Florida.
Nobody cares.
Then
your electric bill.
I'm going to go find the meth who flea flicks cigarettes at officers.
I want to just max out all my credit, go to California, live in San Diego, hookers, meth, live on the beach, man, and see how long I can last. What difference does it make? Nobody fucking cares.
Maybe if I go along with you, we could make it stretch a little.
I don't understand what makes all these people care. Like, other than that, it's just to be a contrarian. I hate Trump. Trump bad. You know, like
anarchists.
Or communism, communism. These people, you don't know it. I was a union man for 25 years. Communism is just ridiculous. And what Marx said was, workers of the world unite, not fucking scumbags living in your mother's basement, smoking pot, playing video games, and who don't want to get a job but still want to have some income. Unite. It's not about that, you know. Most of these people screaming out here, they've never had jobs.
Maybe we should just close up colleges altogether.
Oh, college. I'm with Charlie Kirk on that. College is a scam. These poor kids coming out of college with, $250,000 in fucking debt.
I mean,
with a
fuck
degree
them.
you might as well wipe your fucking ass with, right? I'm all for paying. We talked about this before. I'm all for paying for it. I'll pay for college. But you have to maintain a 3.5 grade point average, and you have to do it. You have to get something like in an industry that can actually pay your bills afterwards, right? This underwater basket weaving, Afrocentric lesbian dance theory. Who the fuck cares? Nobody cares. Great thing to study. You want to study that on your own. It's called a library card, right? You go over to the library. You can read up on it. You can do all that kind of shit. You got the internet. There's a thing called Google now. And you can do all that, but to want me to pay for a degree in this ridiculousness that's just stupid. It's stupid. Anyway, I'm done. That's it. I hope I'm still here next week. Hopefully, if I'm still here, if I survive my own hand for the next week, we'll be back on Thursday. All right. Be well, everybody, and. Oh, God, good luck. God bless us all.